Hello everybody and welcome to today's pick a card reading. In today's pick a card reading, I want to find out what people find physically attractive about you. This is an 18+ reading, so this is going to get a little bit saucy and a little bit intimate. So if that's offensive to you, this may not be the video for you, but I want to have a look at your overall energy and how this manifests into your physical attraction. I want to pull some specifics on your appearance that drives people crazy, and to finish off, I want to find out what fantasies people have about you from the way that you physically look. So this is a little bit of a shallow reading, I want to say, but I'm going to try and get as deep with this as I possibly can. So if you want to find out what people find most physically attractive about you, I need you to pick one of these piles. Pile number 1, we have the throat chakra. Pile number 2, we have the root chakra. Pile number 3, the solar plexus chakra. And pile number 4 is the sacral chakra. I highly recommend that you go with your first gut instinct. Spirit is going to guide you towards the pile which has the most relevant messages and insight for you. And I shall see you in your reading. Hello there, pile number 1. You chose the throat chakra symbol over here. Okay, and I am taking these chakras into consideration when it comes to your energy and what makes you physically attractive. And with the throat chakra, I'm definitely getting the sense that your attraction comes from your voice. Okay, so I can imagine you have a very sexy voice. I want to say people like the sound of your voice. Even people will talk to you and say, oh, I didn't expect you to sound like that. You don't sound how you look. Okay, so you might have heard that at some point. You may use your voice for a living. So when we talk about the throat chakra, we could be talking about people who speak publicly, singers, podcasters, YouTubers, people who use their voice to the point where it has to be an appealing voice for people to stop and listen. Okay, so I want to say that potentially you do have a lot of emphasis around your voice when it comes to the way that you make money, or even your hopes and dreams and prospects for your future. I want to say as well that you are very descriptive with your words. I definitely see you being able to paint a picture using your vocabulary. Could be well educated. And if you're not well educated, I do want to say that perhaps you come across as being very well educated. I want to say that your accent is appealing as well. Now, I don't feel like any accent is unappealing. But I definitely sense that whatever accent you have really suits the tone of your voice. I want to say your voice stands out as well. Maybe people say that your voice is very unique. People may even hear you before they see you. Okay, you might be that person. Very distinctive laugh. I definitely want to say when people hear your voice, they instantly get very turned on by it. If you're a male, it could be very deep. If you're a female, we could be looking at a very soft voice. I want to say quite soft. Or it has like an air of softness to it. Okay? Maybe it can go husky at times. But very like a smooth kind of husk. Okay. So, I definitely think as well you are somebody who is good at dirty talk. Now, if you're somebody who's like, no, I can't dirty talk, I want to say that you're probably a lot better at it than you think you are. The sound of your voice is hypnotizing enough to get anybody turned on. It doesn't matter what words are coming out of your mouth. I feel like when you get somebody turned on, they're not really thinking about the words that you're speaking. They're thinking about the sound of your moan, I want to say. Okay. I'd say you definitely have one of those voices where a lot of people will be talking to you very normally and they'll think, why am I turned on by this person? And it's because your voice does something to them, actually very subconsciously. Okay, let's start with your overall energy here and how this manifests into your physical attraction. Bear with me, slipping over my words. And you're the ones who have a good vocabulary and I'm here slipping up in this reading. So I do apologise. So we've got follow your dreams here. Now in this card, I see somebody who is about to fly out of a window on their broomstick. which makes me think that you are somebody who always goes for what you want out of life. You're somebody, again, I wanted to say you're creative because of this throat chakra that's came out. Okay, you use your voice very creatively. Could be a singer, or doing something that's a little bit against the norm. Maybe one of those careers where your parents say you'll never make that work, and you do. You're like, no, I'm going for it because I believe in myself. I have the inner confidence. But I also think this energy is you're very hard to hold down. With this card, again, he's about to fly out of the window to the stars. There's a shooting star there as well. So you're shooting towards a dream where it's uncertain whether you're going to make it or not. You have that self-belief within you, but the people around you are like, I don't know whether they're going to do it, but you do it anyway because you have that belief. And you have that talent around your voice. I want to say as well, if you are a creative and use your voice creatively, I want to say you're very different to the other people that you're in competition with in that field. You definitely have a uniqueism, something that sets you apart from the other people who are trying to go for the same goals that you're going for. And I do think that is why you have a lot of self-belief, because you know you're a little bit different. And I want to say at times this uniqueness that you have can lead you into phases of feeling like you can't do it because you're too different. But it is that's going to make you successful, because you bring something to the table that the other people don't. Now with this card I do get air energy, and again, air is very hard to contain. I want to say you do travel a lot, and if you don't travel a lot, you may like to always be on the go, even if it's just locally. I want to say that you're here 1 minute, you're not here the next, which makes me think about messages. Okay, if like people who are interested in you and fancy you message you, you may message back frequently for 24 hours and then you may be gone for a week. And it gives these people like an air of not being able to hold you down. The element of the chase here with you, okay? You get people's hormones going because they're always having to chase you and try and hold you down. I really want to say, if you're somebody who travels, you're the kind of person to like have a date with somebody and then a month later they're like, why have I not heard from you? And you're like, oh, I left the country, or I've moved to a different town or city. Sorry about that. And people love that about you. I want to say there's a lot of people around you who doubt you, yet there are a lot of people around you who are also inspired by you. Now we've got candles here, which makes me think that you are somebody who does like to indulge in self-care. Somebody who does have that very, I want to say even if you're masculine, like you're a masculine that likes to light candles and you like to create that ambience. You create an ambience with your voice, you see. It's just, you speak or you sing and it just relaxes the whole room. It relaxes the body. And I feel like I need to take a nice deep breath just being in your energy. But it's, you've got that romanticism to you. You may even like to dress very feminine, even if you're a masculine here. You may like a little frill or a flowy dress. Even if you're wearing a suit, I want to say you have to have something feminine to kind of keep that elegance alive, okay? Keep that elegance alive. What am I on about? So you may like to, I want to say you do play around with dark colours, but you like to balance them out with like a soft colour as well. Don't know why that's coming out. So if you're wearing like a black suit, you need to have some kind of feminine light colour to balance it out, like a pink, light pink tie, like something this colour, or like even a bra under a suit that's very lacy. Okay, you like to have a little bit of that showing. It's kind of your thing. You always have to have the element of sexy. Now I'm getting water energy with you. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I have no idea why it took me so long to think of the water signs there. Okay, and if you're not a water sign, you could be an earth sign as well. I'm getting a lot of earth here too. Mainly Taurus when we're looking at earth, but we do have Capricorn here. Virgo, yes, but I don't think Virgo's in your big three. There may be an element, it's Taurus, I'm feeling heavy Taurus here. Water sign and Taurus, element of Capricorn here as well. I do want to say that you are in a lot of people's fantasies. I think a lot of people have their eye on you, but they're very weary to make moves because they just don't feel that kind of rootedness in your energy. And I don't mean that in a bad way, I mean it is because you are very here, there, everywhere, here one minute, gone the next. And because people can't feel those roots in your energy, even if you're not verbalizing to them like, oh, I move around a lot, or I like to get around a lot, or I like to keep myself very busy, they can feel that in your energy field. And they think, oh, this person is definitely somebody that I have my sights on, but I don't think they want the same things as I want. And you may get that a lot. If somebody wants to settle down, they may not go for you just because of that, like, airiness in your energy field. It's like without words you tell them, like, I'm not going to stick around, even if you are, okay? And I don't want that to offend anybody here, because I do sense that you do have the staying power. It's a different element of you that wants to move around or keep busy. It's not the love side of you that wants to do that. It's just the mind. Your mind likes to be, it likes newness. It likes regeneration. I wouldn't be surprised if you're somebody who goes through constant regenerations in your life as well. Okay. And then we've got the Moon card here for your overall energy as well. And again, it's just something about you that people just can't grasp. I do feel that you may be very intuitive, actually. I think at times people, I want to say heavy Scorpio here now as well, because at times people feel like you can see straight through them. And this could be any Scorpio placement. We could be looking at Scorpio midheaven. Okay, I've got a Scorpio midheaven. And I do tend to have that ability to kind of see through people. Could be a Scorpio Mercury. But there's an element of being able to see through people. I do sense that there is something about your eyes as well that are very intense. When you look at somebody, it's like your natural stare is very sultry. And people think, oh, this person likes me. But it's just your natural stare. I want to say feline-esque eyes as well. I do really sense that. I think some people are extremely intimidated by you as well. And I do think it is because you're a bit different. And I think because people don't really understand that uniqueness and that difference about you, it can scare some people. And I definitely sense a lot of people being a little bit weary in your company because they have their own woundings around freedom and going for their dreams. I won't be surprised if you date a lot of people who are highly intimidated by you but tend to kind of put you down. And it's their way of kind of stepping on top of you and being like, look, I'm gonna fake that I'm better than you and make you feel like crap because really I'm intimidated, I'm scared. It's like people have to make themselves look big around you because they feel intimidated by you somehow. And it does make me think it could be the eyes. You know, you could trigger people that don't want to be seen. Okay, you know, you got them narcissists, and the worst thing you can do with the narcissist is actually see them or expose them. So because you naturally have the X-ray vision and you can see through people, certain people, not all narcissists, but certain people who don't want to be seen or have hidden wounds will kind of back away. And especially when it comes to your lovers, they're either going to make themselves look big, a lot of ego around you as well, okay? And it's not you with the ego, it's the people around you. It's like in a lot of people's energy as well, they're like, pick me, pick me, pick me. I don't know why I sense that. Pick me, pick me. I don't know whether that's coming up because you do have a lot of choice around love at the moment. And I want to say that all the choices that you have around love, I feel like you're not making the choice because you don't feel the depth in them. You sense their egos trying to make themselves look big. Okay, so let's have some actual specifics around your appearance here. So I've got the South Node card here, and it's destined to release. Okay, those are the keywords for the South Node cards. Well, card. Which makes me think that, without being too crude, you do something to people where they just want to release. I won't be surprised if you've had asexual encounters where people have prematurely OG'd. But I also want to say, it's like people hear you, see you, feel your energy. Your intimidation makes people anxious, even if it's subconsciously, which makes them want to OG? What? Does that even make sense? I also want to say, energetically, people close to you potentially may open up to you a lot. So people do naturally have the energy. Maybe people put a lot of their own burdens on you, and that's what this is. It's like if people put their own burdens on you, like friends, family, lovers, it may also be the fact that people around you, when they're feeling stressed, want to use you as a body to release that stress. I see actually. I do want to say that potentially a lot of people will say, oh, you remind me of this person. So I don't know whether there's a celebrity or somebody well known around you where you look like somebody else. Okay? Or even, I want to say this would annoy you a little bit because it's like, I'm unique. I'm different. I'm me. There's no one else like me. And some people will say, oh, you look like so-and-so. And you're like, and you just don't see it. Okay? That's a weird one that's came through. But again, we've got this really feminine energy with you. It's like if you are a feminine, you are the epitome of feminine. There is no way that somebody around you would call you a tomboy. And if you're masculine, people will say, like, oh, you're very feminine. I want to say you're a really good dancer as well. I can feel you having like these really flowy movements. So I don't know whether when you go out and you dance, people again are just mesmerised by you. I really feel like a lot of exotic dance with you, okay? Maybe like belly dance. But I do sense that potentially as well, you are somebody who dances to relax. I can really feel you manipulating energy when you dance as well. It's like you're moving energy around. Okay, and when I do that, I want to say like you can draw things to you and manifest things to you when you dance, okay? You're manifesting, you're drawing the energy towards you. Maybe you're somebody who does dance as a career as well. With your energy, there's something very classic as well. Like I even want to say that potentially you have that classic, you're like a classic feminine stereotype. There's like an elegance to you that's very oldie worldy. I can just see women in period clothing now being ladies. And it's this that I'm picking up on. I don't know whether you've ever had elocution lessons. Is that what they're called? I certainly haven't, as you can tell. Or whether you grew up in a family where everything had to be very prim and proper and structured. Good manners, really good manners. And I want to say, even though there's this kind of element of mystery about you and people not being able to tie you down, you are the epitome of the person that they'd want to take home to their parents. I want to say you're very traditional. Traditional in the sense of whether you're in a, it's like you know your role in a relationship and you're very traditional like that. I want to say as well, if you settle down, you want to do things traditionally. You want the house, the marriage, and then the child. I also want to say if you're very traditional to your culture as well. I wanted to say here English rose. Okay, English rose. A lot of princess kind of energy here as well. I even want to say that potentially in the past life you may have been somebody quite prestigious. So if you haven't had those elocution lessons or anything like that, you naturally have brought that into this life. Okay, right, let's pull out some specifics around what people find physically attractive about you. And I do have the bowls here. I've made my arm look absolutely massive. Okay. Voice is peeking at me. This has came out. Voice is peeking at me. I am going to pull it out because it's just opened up and it's looking straight at me. Okay, so we've got voice. We knew that already. Cute. Okay. Traditional beauty. A traditional beauty. I also want to say that you're somebody who doesn't have to wear a lot of makeup. I really do sense you having that specific thing that you like to emphasize. Now this could be different for everybody. It could be lips for some, eyes for others. The kind of person who says, oh, I can go no makeup, I always have to wear blush, or I always have to draw my eyebrows. You know, something like that. But the way that you do your makeup and do yourself up, okay, and this is for the feminines here and the masculines who wear makeup, but it's natural. It's very natural looking. You're not the kind of person who cakes it on. You like that natural look. But, okay, so the behind is very prominent with you. Okay, so maybe people have commented on your butt. I also want to say, you actually may be very insecure about that butt. I really do sense that here. And it's one of your most physically attractive features. And I do want to say it's potentially because when you were growing up, a lot of people may have commented on your behind. And it made you feel very uncomfortable. It made you feel like people were kind of penetrating your personal space when they're just constantly commenting about your behind. So you felt like you had to hide it. And I want to say that maybe even just recently you've started embracing it again. But again, there's that little kind of thing that when somebody says, oh my God, you've got a nice butt or whatever, or they comment on the butt, or they kind of touch it, slap it or something like that, which they shouldn't do, by the way, it's not okay. I do want to say that you feel that little, I do think you find it a little bit dangerous. It's like, oh my God, this behind is dangerous. It can cause me some trouble because people notice it and people are attracted to it and magnetized towards it. Okay, and we've got false twin flame out. Now, my bowls have got a little bit mixed up when it comes to messages, but I quite like the fact that they're mixed up and I haven't wanted to sort them out because I do think that when random things come out, they are very relevant. And I want to say that you may be in a situation at the moment where you think that somebody is your twin flame, but they are not. Okay, false twin flame situation. Now you may be watching this and you may be thinking, yeah, I've just left a relationship and I thought that they were my twin flame for a very, very long time. And you're like, okay, that's confirmation that they're not, you know. Or you could be dating somebody or have something for somebody thinking they're definitely my twin flame and you're feeling very drawn to them. But the universe here is saying, look at this twice, okay, this may not be your twin flame, okay? Or you're dealing with two people and you're thinking, that one's my twin flame. And potentially the other one is, I don't know where that one came from, okay? I feel like I'm just today. Something else around this twin flame I wanted to say. Yeah, something I've discovered recently. I had a bit of an epiphany the other day, and I really do think this epiphany is going to completely change my love life. So when I was younger, I had some really, really successful relationships, and I'm not SHITing on any of my current relationships, they just haven't been as easygoing. Now I do feel like in my past I would get with people who I necessarily didn't feel that instant draw to, and I can think of three particular partners in my younger years that were exceptionally successful, beautiful relationships. Yet initially, they're the type of people who I didn't even want to go on that first date with. I was like, I just feel about this person, a bit like a slow burner. And then when I get to know them, I'm like, this is so nice. This is like a warm, loving, like embracing relationship. Yes. Now, in my later years, when I started developing my like psychic abilities, or at least accepting them, because in my younger years I was shutting them out, okay? I wasn't even lighting candles because I was like, spirit is gonna come if I light a candle, so I wouldn't do anything that was going to attract spirit. In my older years, I started accepting these gifts, and then I started feeling the draw, the pull to certain people. And I can tell you that every single partnership I felt that instant draw and pull towards has been messy, transformative, but through a lot of trauma. And I recently became single. So I'm back on the scene where I'm like, okay, who do I like now? And I had felt this draw to somebody, and I thought, oh God, here we go again. But the epiphany I had the other day was the people who I felt drawn to have needed healing, deep, deep healing. And I do class myself as a healer. So when I feel that draw, that soul pull, it's a soul pull to heal somebody. And something I said after the ending of my most recent relationship, I said, I'm not going to be my partner's healer anymore. I'll support them, and if they need help in any phases of their life, of course I'm going to be there. Of course I'm going to give them like my healing support, but I don't want to come home from my healing job to walk into the house, put my coat up, to have to heal again, like to be a life coach for my partners. And I said, that's not what I want. So I realized this draw, this soul pull I feel is to heal. It's my healing, it's my healing ability telling me who needs healing. And I got it mixed up. And I thought it was my soul telling me that that is my soulmate, that's the person I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with. But what my soul is actually saying is, this person needs healing. So that soul pull is for my career. Does this person need healing? Is there going to be an even exchange of healing and finances when it comes to this person? Not the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. Heal, exhaust myself, and debilitate myself whilst doing so for that person to be healed, and then to move on and be healed for the next person. Okay, I hope that made sense, and I hope I explained it well. I hope I didn't bore you, and I hope you're still here. But I do want to say that potentially this is something that you're going through at the moment, where you're feeling this draw to somebody. Remember, you've got that water energy. I was sensing that Scorpio energy as well here. So you're naturally going to be very intuitive, very healing. If you do have that heavy Scorpio in your chart, and bear in mind I said I'm that Scorpio midheaven. So it's my career. Midheaven is your career, okay? It's my midheaven. It's my career to heal. I get that soul pull because I'm supposed to be healing people as a job, not in a relationship. And it's the same with you. And I want to say that this may be why this false twin flame came out here. And it's number 65 as well, which adds up to 11. Again, it may be a new perspective on this soul pull, where it's like, oh, wait there. This isn't the person I'm supposed to be with the rest of my life. This is somebody who needs healing. Maybe this is somebody who I can be a friend with and advise, rather than somebody that you give your all to for them to kind of eat it all up because they're so desperately need healing, or they're empty in some way. Yeah, okay, I thought that came out for a reason. Now, let's pull some more from the bowl. This is a different bowl here. This is more like people's 𝒔𝒄𝒄 actual desires towards you. Public shows of affection and dominate me. Here we go, okay? We'll start with the dominate me. This is what I was saying. You intimidate people. I want to say that you weaken people, and that scares people off. I don't know whether I did say in the reading, but people can be scared off because of that intimidation. It's like you see into them. You have this hypnotizing control over people, and they know that if they kind of give themselves to you, they're like putty in your hands. And a lot of people don't have that level of vulnerability. And when you don't have that level of vulnerability, it's actually weakness. A lot of people are weak, and you're not. And people naturally see you in a very dominating light. And those people who are SE actually attracted to you will fantasize about you dominating them. Yet, a lot of them may not have the guts and the strength to be able to come to you, to be honest with you about their feelings towards you, because of that weakness that lives within them, or because they're too scared, because they know that you're going to eat their soul up. Okay, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but there's something very devouring about your energy. Yeah, for sure. It's very powerful as well. And public shows of affection. Public shows of affection here. I want to pull one more because I felt really drawn to pull this one. It was just screaming at me, and it may have a relevance to this, okay? So you remind me of a girl that I once knew, okay? I did say with the South Node here that potentially people say, oh, you remind me of this person, and again, you get really annoyed about it. And public shows of affection. I think this public shows of affection has came out because I did say that potentially as a career or a goal of yours is to be in the public. So you could be a podcaster, you could be a YouTuber, you could be a public speaker, you could be a singer, backing vocalist even, and you're in the public a lot. I think a lot of people are intimidated to make a move on you as well because you are in the public, and a lot of people do think, why would pile number one be interested in me when they've got all these people throwing themselves at them? As I said, I heard I heard the voices going, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. Okay, so I do think that, as I said, there's a lot of suitors around you, but I just don't think you're feeling the depth. I also want to say, I don't think you're feeling the devotion right now from these people. And this might be what's brought you here, because you're thinking, gosh, like, is there something wrong with me? But there's not. There's something wrong with them. They can't handle your power. I think that a lot of people want to do a lot of dirty things to you, but they don't have that privacy with you to be able to do them, okay? I do sense that you're somebody who's very well connected. As I said, very vocal as well. Somebody who does use their words, are very vocal. And I don't think people think that they can live out their deepest, darkest SE actual desires with you because you're going to go and tell someone. Okay. Now, let's have a look. What are people's fantasies about you? So we've got the 8 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. Now, I do think you create a lot of conflict in people's pants, to be real with you. Because a lot of the time they don't know what it is that's making them so heavily attracted to you. And as I said, it's like your voice, it triggers people subconsciously to be turned on. I want to say we've got all genders here. There'll be people who claim to be straight, who think, why do I get so magnetically drawn to pile number one? Maybe you are bi. I want to say that. Again, it's like this freedom that you have, like there's no constraints. You're free to go where you want, free to do who you want. But that doesn't mean that you're loose. You're extremely traditional with that element of freedom. I'm sure that makes sense. It's like you like tradition, but you have that air of modern to you. Anything traditionally suppressive is not your jam. But you do have like that freedom element of you. Like for instance, if maybe your family don't agree with being bi, you know that being bi isn't going to hurt anybody and you're not going to go to hell. So why would you be constrained by someone else's opinion or social construct? I do want to say that a lot of people feel a lot safer to fantasize about you behind closed doors. I would also say that people find you incredibly intoxicating as well. And again, it's this air of like immense sexuality that you have, where people are so enticed and turned on that they're worried that they're not going to be able to perform at their best because you're going to make them release OG too quickly. And I really want to say with this pile, you may have a lot of suitors, but a lot of people avoiding you, and this may cause some confusion for you. But it generally is based around everything I've mentioned in this reading. I have had to pause and stop and think a lot in this reading because I'm like, what? This energy is so deep. It's so hot. Okay, so you are hot, you are fire, you are steaming. Yet people are so intimidated by it, they can distance themselves from you. And the people who do come at you are people whose egos are massive. And again, when they use that ego on you, they try and make themselves look bigger than you, and you're just like, no, like I've got the power. Is that Little Mix? Oh gosh, maybe you like that song. What's it called? Power by Little Mix? I don't know. You'll know the song if you like Little Mix. Okay, pile number 1. I am happy to leave that reading here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you resonated, please drop me a like and please comment down below because I love hearing from you all. And if you do like content like this, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to know whenever I am releasing a pick a card reading. I have been thinking recently, like I want to switch the channel up and do a few new things. Like I really want to do like a Q&A video. I love answering questions. So if you do think the Q&A video is something you'd want to see, okay, whether you're interested in the reader behind the tarot, drop me some questions down below. And if I get enough questions, I will do the Q&A. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Bye. Pile number 2, what's good, what's poppin'? You chose the root chakra. Now I do feel like the chakra that you chose does have a lot to do with your physical appearance and your energy as a whole. And what I get from this is you are somebody who is very grounded, but I want to say that you're everybody's forever after. You're everybody's happy ever after, okay? I did hear everybody's happy ever after. So I do think that you are somebody who potentially is in a long-term relationship, or you're somebody who has been in long-term relationships, or somebody that may have not been in long-term relationships, but you've always left the other people, sorry. I'm stuttering like crazy today, so I do apologise. But you're the one who always leaves the other people because people just don't want to let you go. I won't be surprised if you're somebody who has been proposed to or has been married, okay, because people just want to settle down with you. I want to say you have like a very motherly kind of energy. So I want to say if you are a feminine, you are that. I want to say you've got like curve to you, and that doesn't matter what clothes size you are, there's like a curve to you. It's like, for instance, I really want to say like the breasts for you guys are quite prominent, and again, they can be small, they can be big, but there's something about the breasts that makes people want to kind of like be fed. Because that is what they're for, okay? Psychologically, it's nourishment. So people who want to be nourished, who need to be nourished, who desperately feel like they need to be nourished, are going to come to you for that nourishment. And I do sense your energy at times being like, whoa, this is a bit too much, okay? So I can imagine that you are like wifey kind of material. Like people want to wife you, people want to settle with you. You may be one of those people as well who your friends say like, how do you always find like Mr. Right? And behind closed doors, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're all Mr. Right, but for some reason you tend to be able to find long-term relationships and work through them very successfully. Okay, I want to say that you're very good at navigating relationships as well. Okay, you have a way of calming people and stabilizing people. So if there is like an argument or anything like that within a connection with somebody, and even friends, even family here, you have a way of stabilizing the situation intuition and kind of seeing it from an emotional standpoint. So you may be able to see, like, even if someone's screaming in your face, like, you have this level of being able to understand why they're doing that and a level of empathy for them, regardless of the fact that they're screaming in your face, which means that you always know the right thing to say to calm things down. Okay. I do want to say that you are somebody who is highly intuitive. Okay, I did say, like, you're able to see people's emotions. So I do think you actually could be somebody who does delve into divination. Okay, I also want to say that potentially you have foreseeing dreams, or in the past you have actually predicted events in the future. I also want to say with you guys that you can see the people who are going to be big players in your life. So you're able to sense that somebody is going to be like a best friend or a partner or something like that, very intuitively. I do have this story that I'll share with you, and this is when I was in school, and I was in the canteen one day, and this guy walked past, and he wasn't in my year, he was actually in the year below me, and I'd never seen him before or taken notice of him before, but he walked past on the other side of the hall, I mean really far away from me, and it was like he had like a halo around him. He was like lit up, and in that moment I looked over and I was like, he's gonna be my boyfriend. And then I think maybe 3-4 months later I did a dance show. Apparently I did really well in it, and a lot of people were very complimentary after. I do think it was my first dance show in school, and this guy had came to the dance show who I'd seen over the hall, and he'd been like, oh, you were really good, blah blah blah, and then we ended up talking and we got together. So I do sense that potentially you can foresee the people that you're going to get with, or the people who are going to be really good friends and things like that. Like, you've got really good intuition. I do want to say as well, you're somebody who is into like candles, crystals, saging and things like that, and I do think you intuitively you feel like you need to clear your energy frequently, because so many people do like to kind of like nuzzle in to your beautiful energy. It's like they want a piece of what you've got, and you don't have enough of it to share around. I do want to say that you're extremely popular as well, and even if you are somebody who's like, I don't go out, like I don't socialise that much, when you do, you probably are one of the people in the room that people are very drawn to. I also want to say that even if you don't socialise often, your phone is always blowing up, okay? You always have messages from people. I do want to say as well, like, maybe a lot of people message you for advice. Okay, and I do think potentially this does create a little bit of a confusion where it's just like, is this person using me, or do they actually like me? I do want to say that maybe that comes up every now and then. I've just got a very weird back. All of a sudden, I don't get a bad back, but I want to say that sometimes people can put a lot of burdens on you, a lot of heaviness on your shoulder, or shoulders, should I say. So people may put a lot of burden on you at times, and then again that makes you reach for that sage and you're like, oh, clear it out, where's the Christian cross? Repent. I don't know. I only worked out what the word repent means yesterday because I was doing a reading and I heard it, and I had to Google it. Anyway, who cares? I also want to say as well that you've got a lot of friends around you that want to like be with you, be on top of you, okay? And this could be, I want to say there's a masculine around you at the moment, one masculine in particular at the moment who is looking at you like a potential. I don't know whether you know this person. I really do strongly feel like you actually do know this person. This person's in your life currently and they're looking at you like a potential, but I do think that I want to say they're masquerading as like a friend, but they have deep feelings for you. But I do think that you are somebody here with the 7 of Cups who offers so much. It's like a lot of people may be drawn to you because they do fancy you, yet they realise that you are smart, you're successful, you're emotionally healing, and even if they can't bed you, they still gain so much from knowing you. That was the next door neighbour. I don't know whether the camera heard that or picked that up, sorry. I want to say that you do like to read, and if you don't like to read, you do like to research. And this makes you so interesting. You're so interesting to talk to. I want to say that you do like the natural life as well. So if people have any illnesses, they may come to you and you may offer them a herbal remedy. Okay. Regarding your appearance, I do feel like you have very dreamy eyes, deep eyes, but I also want to say deep and innocent. Okay, so I want to say that they're like quite wide, round eyes, but I want to say that your pupils are actually quite big naturally. I actually used to have this issue when I was younger. I've got quite naturally big pupils, and I could go places and people say, give me a little bit of what you've got, and I'm like, what are these people on about? And then one day I was in A&E and a guy said, what are you taking? And I was like, nothing, what? And then the person said, without actually me saying the words, like, you're on something because your eyes. And I was, no, this is just what my pupils look like. And I don't get it as much these days, but back then they stuck out. And I want to say, like, you've got this like depth to your eyes because potentially your pupils are actually quite wide. And when you find somebody attractive, your pupils do widen. Woo! I'm seeing the owl now. Maybe the owl is your totem. And I did say that you are very knowledgeable, so you're probably very wise as well. Maybe the owl means something to you, but the owl is abundance as well. Maybe the owl also does foresee good luck. Okay, so there may be something that you're manifesting at the moment which may come into fruition very soon. But when you find somebody attractive, your pupils will expand, dilate when they go bigger or smaller. They will expand. And it's so that the person that you're attracted to looks into your eyes and one, trusts you because it makes you look more innocent, but two, is kind of drawn into your eyes more because the pupils are so wide. And I want to say that you naturally do have like quite big pupils that draws people in. So even though your eyes may be very shiny, innocent looking, you do have that ability to draw people in because potentially your pupils are quite wide. And if you think, I don't know whether my pupils are wide, go and have a look in the mirror right now and see whether your pupils are actually like abnormally wide or large, wide. Now, I do sense that you do, I want to say, you have a very mixed style. I want to say you like flowy materials. You like to dress very feminine, yet you like to wear very bold colours. This sounds a bit weird and I'm going to say it anyway, but you're into bold colours and delicate styles. When normally I think of delicate styles, I think about the pastels. I feel like you're into more bold colours with those feminine flowy styles. That may not be for everybody, that may not make sense. But I do think you look at the way that you dress as an art form. I also want to say you may have some prominent features, so some big features, and that's what makes them prominent, or maybe like cheekbones that are quite wide and chiseled, yet the rest of your facial features are very soft. I also want to say, I can see your body now. I want to say that you've got elegance, like, so you may have like the long fingers, yet you have like a wider, you've got wider set shoulders, okay, which gives you that very kind of like V hourglass kind of shape to your body. You've definitely got an hourglass here, definitely. Very well balanced body. Now I do think you are somebody who has been through your own death and transformations. And it may be these moments where something in your life has died and you've had to restabilize yourself after, which has made you a master of stabilizing, grounding. I think you do have the ability to lose yourself in fantasy, and I think that part of you is such a special part of you. And I want to say that there's even an insecurity around that. Maybe you think you're too dreamy. Maybe at times you even think you're too ditzy. But really, it's a sign of your creativity. You have so much to offer, and I do hear the phrase, Jack of all trades, master of none. And I hear that in a way that's more an insecurity of yours again. I don't think this statement is true. It's what you may have said about yourself. But really, you're supposed to be. What you're supposed to do in life is supposed to be more exciting than just doing the one thing. You're a master of many. That's what Spirit wants to say. You're a master of many. And this is what makes you so interesting and so amazing to be around, because you've got words, you've got advice for any situation. People see a lot of value in you, but you struggle to see the value in yourself. And Spirit really wants you to pay more attention to people's desire for you, because it's that's going to show you that you are a very desirable person. That's really simple to say, but it's came up. There may be times where things get a little bit too much and you have to kind of go into hermit mode. And again, you may feel guilty in these moments, but it's fine. I feel like you may have a rounder face. It gives me like baby-like face, like you've got like a baby kind of face. And I wonder whether that'll come out when I pick from the pots. Yet you've got like a prominent feature that's quite chiseled, which kind of, it's different. It's not baby face and baby features, it's baby face, big innocent baby eyes. Yet you may have like a chiseled nose or lips, and something makes your face look adult with that baby element. Kate Moss came to mind. Maybe you look a little bit like Kate Moss, or maybe if you look at Kate Moss's facial dimensions, you may go, oh yeah, that's me. I actually did see a post about Kate Moss, and they said that she's got like the baby structure, a baby structure to her face, but I can't remember exactly what they said. But with you, it's like you've got the beauty and the innocence of a baby, yet you have this feature or features that make it stand out. You're very prominent looking. I think you've got one of those faces where people can't forget. And I don't think people want to forget it because it's very nice. And I do sense a lot of people looking into your eyes and in their head saying the words, I could look into these eyes for the rest of my life. And it's because your beauty comes from the soul, but because your soul is so pure and vibrant and loving, it just radiates out. People love you. I definitely suggest for this pile, if you're not in a healing profession, you would be so successful in a healing profession. Because I think you heal a lot of people around you for free, and that's fine, because you've got to help your brothers and sisters. But I think you've got so much knowledge and healing capabilities that you're doing an injustice to yourself and the world if you're not spreading that out further. Okay, let's have a look and see. Marriage. People want to wife you. Yes, I did say that, didn't I, in the reading? People want to tie you down. I want to say you've got people of all ages watching you. Oh, my ears just gone funny. Okay. I think you've got people of all ages watching you and admiring you. I'd say you have a lot of mummy and daddy figures who are like older than you. I actually want to say that there is somebody who's deceased who really admired you. And I actually don't think that this person was blood relation. And it kind of hits me in my heart and makes me feel really sad when I say this, but I want to say this person potentially had like blonde hair, maybe blue eyes, or maybe blue eyes and dark hair, okay? But there's that kind of Nordic look to this person. I want to say they, yeah, they loved you so much. And they're by your side. And they're supporting you. So that message won't be for everybody, but if that description makes sense, then they're by your side and they're always supporting you. Gosh. I got a bit teary there. Okay. Right, let's have a look at the physical specifics. What is it about you specifically, physically, that makes you highly attractive? Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. Okay. Twin flame. Okay, I'm going to be real with you. With these bowls, some of the keywords have been mixed up between bowls, okay? I've got bowls for different things. I've got physical appearance, I've got all like actual things, and I've got another bowl down there that has some like sentences which are relevant, not to this reading, but I've got the bowl there just in case I need to pull on it. I've got twin flame here. So some of the messages in the bowls have got mixed up, and I felt really strongly that I didn't want to sort them out, not because I'm lazy. More the fact that if there is a random message that comes out, I really do feel like these bowls are they're gonna speak, okay? And for you, you've got twin flame. Now, I don't know whether you have recently been in a twin flame union or whether you're in a twin flame union, okay? This may be confirmation with you if you have thought, is this person that I'm with my twin flame? Or if you are currently single, I do think your next relationship is going to be a twin flame relationship, and I do want to say that this person is going to have a similar kind of appearance to you, and I do want to say your appearance is very unique, okay? So you may find that you have similar features and things like that, and you're going to be like, oh right, okay. I even want to say that you could be siblings. Like, I mean, you could be siblings, not like, oh my gosh, this person's going to come into your life and you're going to find out that they're your sibling. Imagine that. Oh, that would be interesting. That is not what I'm picking up on. But I do think that potentially, like, when you're side by side, people could say like, oh my god, you two could be siblings, or you two could be cousins. And I know that sounds like a little bit dodgy, but I want to say like it's the thing that you're going to notice about this person is they have something similar to you physically. Okay, whether you've got the same kind of body type, or you'd say to each other, you know, if you were a girl, you'd look like me. If I were a boy, I'd look like you, or whatever, you know, whatever gender, whatever your sexual preference is. Okay, best dressed. Now, I did talk about the way that you dressed in this. I did say that you may like those flowy materials, yet you like those like bolder colours. It could even be bold print here, but I do think the way that you dress, it's very noticeable. I want to say that you do dress to stand out. I think that because of your I want to say it's like creativity with you. When you dress, it's like an expression of your art form. I want to say that, if that makes sense. It's like you really enjoy clothes. You really enjoy silhouettes. You really enjoy the structure of the body. And I do want to say, because you do have like a nice body, and I want to say hourglass. And if you're watching this thinking, I don't have an hourglass figure, I want to say that you may be very surprised. Like, you may be putting yourself down here, and you do actually have, like, if you've got a measuring tape out, you'd be proportionate. Your shoulders will be nigh on exactly in proportion with your hips, and you may go, oh, I never noticed because maybe my waist is a little bigger or something like that. I don't know, but I do think you really enjoy the structure of the body. And if you are like, yeah, that's me, I've got my hourglass figure, I think you really enjoy creating structure around that, and you really enjoy experimenting with styles with the hourglass figure. I see chains as well. I don't know whether you wear like a chain around the stomach, or whether you like to wear like belts in the, like, to make your waist smaller, whether you actually do wear a waist trainer. Okay, I'm seeing a waist trainer here, but I'm seeing something around the stomach. Maybe you've got a pierced belly button, okay, or some kind of like prominent piercings around the stomach area, or maybe even a tattoo on the stomach or on like the back. Okay, and as I look down, I see piercings. So yeah, I really do feel like you may have a pierced belly button. Okay, I even want to say, I see with some of you, and this may be because you wear this, or this may be because maybe you're like, oh, I never thought of that, I might buy myself one. But I see your belly button being pierced, and there being like a chain on the belly button piercing that goes around the whole body. Okay, I don't know, I just burped at the same time as that. I don't know whether one of those exists, but I can see that for some reason. Okay. And again, you know, I do think, I really want to say tattoos with you guys as well. Piercings and tattoos. I want to say again, you are an expression of your creativity on the physical. I even want to say you may experiment with makeup. Now, I don't think it's anything crazy, but I do want to say mermaid with you. You like to experiment with mermaid styles and mermaids. It's those elegant, like the fins are very elegant, if you know what I mean. They're very flowy and elegant. They wear like elegant little bras and they have their hair all elegant with like usually curls and little, I don't know, shells in their hair. I don't know. What do mermaids wear? Yet they normally wear bold colours. Like, is it the Little Mermaid with the big bold shells on her boobs? The fin is always a bright green. Yes, we're getting there now. That is kind of what I'm seeing, like sea goddess. You are a sea goddess. And I'm sorry, if you're a male watching this, you are still a sea goddess. You are a sea goddess, okay? And it's the same concept for you guys. You may like tattoos, piercings. You may be very extravagant with your piercings as well. As I said, like chains around the stomach. I see a nose ring, okay? And again, this won't be for everybody, but oh, my ear's gone again. With you guys, you have a deceased person who's coming in. I have to do this because it confuses the hell out of me when my ears do this. You may have a nose ring, okay, and some of you may take this even further, and I can see the person looking at you again. They're so proud of you. I don't think there's anything else to mention there. I can see a nose ring, and then they're like being a chain, and it like connecting to an earring, okay, and again, it's that very goddess kind of look. I won't be surprised if you do wear hair extensions, or you do have your hair quite big, okay, or you do naturally have big hair, because I can just, there's this vibe. You're so mystical, yet earthy and grounding with it as well. Okay, more. Okay, and these ones I'm pulling now are more like keywords around like people's kind of asexual thoughts around you, I want to say. Okay, high vibrational here, okay, and that is you. You're so high vibrational that everybody wants to pin you down. You're in demand. You're so valuable as well. And I want to say that your vibration is infectious too. Like people can just be in your energy and say like, oh, like I feel so calm around you. Maybe your home is very calming. And you're able to diffuse any situation, okay? I think I did say that at the beginning. You're able to diffuse any situation through your empathy and your ability to put yourself in other people's shoes. It's like you very rarely take things personally, and I don't think you completely don't take anything personally, but I do think you have this like knowing and air and sureness of yourself that there are certain things that don't need to affect your energy. You're very good at walking away from people who, you're very good at seeing people who are trying to just destroy your energy because of jealousy, etc, etc, but you're also very good at walking away from those people. It's like you can see it, you can see straight through certain people, and you know that it's not worth the energy to retaliate. Like the best thing you can do in those situations is walk away. 666 here as well with high vibrational, and I did sense a very abundant energy with you guys. Now I don't know whether you are someone who is very well off, but I want to say for a lot of you, if you do go down this healing route, you could be very abundant, and I want to say abundant in all the terms, like financially abundant, but also like happiness and just like oh my god, wow, this is what life was supposed to feel like, okay? Abundant with freedom, abundant being able to delve into something that you love every single day, and even, you know, being paid for helping people when normally you do that kind of thing for free. So you've got abundance coming your way here with 666, because 666 represents the energy of the sun, okay? And it's the sun that makes things grow. It's the sun that makes us happy, you know, when it's winter, like it's winter here in the UK, and I'm telling you, like, oh, the weather is so disgusting right now. And I just look at the window and just like, oh, if it was summer, I would have so much more energy. I'd be so much more vibrant. And that is the kind of energy that you infect people with, like that sun energy, that abundant energy, that happiness, that you bring people optimism in dark times, like in winter moments of their life, when they're in a winter phase where like everything's dying. You come in and you bring the sun and you kickstart that spring phase for them so that new stuff can grow. Okay. It's only you, 777, and I did say like maybe there's some insecurities about your abilities. Okay, 777, highly spiritual number. It's all about things manifesting in the energetic realms before they manifest in the physical, because everything needs to manifest energetically before it can actually manifest in the physical. That's the order it comes with. And I do want to say there's a lot going on in the energetic realms for you at the moment. Okay, I do want to say potentially this twin flame is on the way, okay, and it is only going to be you. I also want to say that maybe you're going to want to reject this person as a relationship, and maybe you're going to want to be friends with them, okay, at first. Maybe they have a little air of player energy to them as well, I want to say. And this is confirmation to say like it is only you. You are the only person that they're speaking to, that they're interested in. And again, it's because they've got this energetic connection to you. And it's just like, I don't know what it is, but I cannot stay away from you. But I don't think this is going to be the first person who said something like this to you. Because generally, I think a lot of people are just like, I need more of this person. I think a lot of people look at you as their happiness, like you could make me happy, and that's the issue, because you're just like, well, why can't you make yourself happy? Like, I'm not here to give you my happiness, you know, you need to make that happiness yourself and then come at me, okay? And we want the same things. We want the same things. Could be to do with this twin flame connection that you're in, or that's coming in for you. You want the same things. I feel like there's something more there. You want the same things. Maybe a lot of people, maybe you've noticed a lot of people coming into your life and them saying, just say you've gone to a spiritual retreat. The person who you're dating will say, I'm going to book a spiritual retreat. I'm going to go in August. And you go, all right, where are you going? And they're just like, I don't know. It's like one of 3 places. Okay, have you booked it yet? No, I haven't. It could be you saying, oh, I'm into the tarot. And they go, me too. You're like, oh, I'm into astrology. Yeah, me too. A lot of people may actually try and manipulate your words. So because they know that you're into your spirituality, they may make up some elaborate kind of story about their spirituality, yet you're there where you actually practice your spirituality, and you can sense that something's a little bit off about what they're saying, because they're just trying to connect with you. They're just trying to relate to you. I think you'll find a lot of people will paraphrase you when they speak to you, and you'll be like, why has no one got anything new to say? Okay, yeah, now. What do people fantasize? What are people's fantasies about you? That's the words I was looking for. What are people's fantasies about you? Well, I can firstly say people's fantasies about you are literally to tie you down, to marry you, to have your eyes be the eyes that they look into every morning, okay? Heavy marriage. People want to husband you, people want to wife you, okay? People want to make you their happily ever after. But I do also think as well, because you have this strength about you, and I do want to say you do have like a sturdiness to you. I did say you had those wider set shoulders, okay, so you may have a very good posture as well, naturally very good posture. But I do want to say that element of strength is internal as well as external. So internally, you've had to be very strong in your life. You've had to stabilize yourself in unstable situations. So naturally, you have like a very strong kind of military-esque kind of like stature to you, okay? You look sturdy. I want to say that you may build muscle very easily, okay, if you're somebody who does work out. But I think because you have that innocence, okay, your face is very innocent, your body is very strong and sturdy, but I want to say because you've got that innocence, in your eyes, people expect to be able to pull the wool over your eyes, and then you come out with like really wise and assertive language, words, and you're able to just cut people off if they're taking a PISS out of you, and it shocks people. They don't expect that, and then they just want you even more because they find out that you're not just smart, you're not just healing, but you're intelligent and you're strong and you're assertive, and it just adds to like these people's fantasies about you. So I do think a lot of people around you, okay, and I actually want to say older males, okay. Now you could be a male watching this and it could be older females, but I do sense a lot of older masculine energies wanting to tie you down and kind of like whip you into shape, I want to say, like kind of dominate you, because you are so, I would say that you're very overpowering for a lot of people, because I know this sounds like I'm being really OTT about pole number 2, but you've got it all. And that makes you a very powerful person. And I think people really want to have these fantasies of kind of like tying you up, spanking, being on top and in charge. It's like a lot of people just want a night to completely devour you. It's like they can sense healing in you. So people are very actually drawn to you because they want to be healed, but they want control of that healing as well. Ew, God, I hope that makes sense. They want to take what they want to take from you. And if they can't have you, this is where it's coming in. Yeah. When someone can't have you, and I think there's a hell of a lot of people out there who want you who can't have you, their fantasies towards you turn very like aggressive, but not in a bad way, okay, don't be scared. It's more aggressive in like, but I need pole number 2. And like their fantasies about you may literally be like, if I can't have you, I naturally subconsciously fantasize about tying you up so that you can't move, so I can have you, okay? So I think a lot of people want to, yeah, is it called BDSM? Is it BDSM? S&M? S&M. My ex told me something funny the other day, because he used to like cooking me, he still does cook me sausage and mash, he still does cook for me, which is really cool. And the other day he said, oh, can I come round, can I cook you some S&M? And I was like, that sounds so wrong. If somebody, no, did you enjoy the S&M? Because he'd come round and he actually cooked me some sausage and mash. And I was like, if somebody saw your phone, they think that that was so wrong. And he was like, oh my God, I didn't even realise S&M. And he said that he's been, he's wanted to cook it for his parents. So he's been saying, hey, do you want me to cook S&M on Friday to his parents? And like his parents are like, no one said anything to him yet. Anyway, whatever, that's just a story that is completely irrelevant, and you're probably like, thanks for wasting my time. But yeah, people want to dominate you. They want to hold you down because they know they can't have you. And I do think people really do delve into their fantasies about you, because there's a lot to you. As I said, like, people want to wife you. I even want to say that in the energetic realms, a lot of people will kind of be comforted when they think about you in an 𝒔𝒆𝒄𝒄al manner, because you are naturally so comforting to be around. And I did say I sense some older men. Did I say I sense one man? One male, and didn't sense an age with that one, but a male around you who is masquerading as a friend, who actually has deep feelings for you at the moment. But I do sense a lot of older males. I'd say that as well, like, you act older than your age. I think people are always very shocked, like when somebody's interested in you and kind of slides in your DMs or comes up to you in a bar or any type of social setting. They expect to just fancy you. They expect you to be like eye candy, and then you open your mouth and they're like, whoa, this person's blown me away. And they get like pretty obsessed. with you. And a little bit angry that they can't have you. I want to say, we're looking at Capricorn, Scorpio and Pisces here. Double Scorpio. I feel bad because I did say Scorpio for the last reading, but I did definitely sense a lot of Scorpio here. You've got to be a Scorpio sun, moon or rising. There's no way you're not. Or Scorpio Venus. Not so much actually a Scorpio Venus. Scorpio 7th house. Cancer 7th house. Capricorn 7th house. Okay. Pile number 2. I'm going to leave that there. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did like it and you did resonate, please drop me a like, and I'd love to hear from you down below in the comments. I'm actually thinking of filming something a little bit different. I'll continue to do the pick a card readings, obvs, but I did think like maybe I should film like a Q&A or something like that. So if you like that idea and you don't have any questions and you want to find out a bit more about the reader behind the tarot, throw some questions down below. If I get enough, I'll do it. If I don't, I'll just gather that no one gives a damn about me. And that's fine. I just really enjoy answering questions and things like that. And I think one of the weeks I'd want to just like kind of do a Q&A or something like that and just have like a laugh with the camera. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know down below. But yeah, if you did resonate, let me know down below as well. If you do like content like this, please subscribe. If you want to be notified whenever I post a new pick a card reading, please hit that notification bell. And pile number 2, you are absolutely wonderful, beautiful. And everyone loves you, and I love you. So, bye-bye. Hello there, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the solar plexus chakra, and I do feel like the chakra that you chose does play into your energy, which manifests how you appear to others in the physical. So with the solar plexus, this is all about your confidence and your self-esteem. Now I definitely feel like even if you do have insecurities, because we are all human, I definitely feel like you have a natural air of confidence. I also want to say that you do enjoy having eyes on you. You do like to be seen. You do like to be noticed, which makes me think that you do actually kind of play yourself up to be seen, which is again something that potentially can intimidate some people, yet it's very inspiring for others. Okay, so I do feel like you do have this like balance within, like some people are like fangirling, fanboying on you, and then the other ones are kind of like pile number 3, and it's just because they're very intimidated by your confidence and you have something that they wish they had. Okay, so the people who are intimidated, the people who I want to even say are bitchy about you, and you may resonate with this, you may be like, yeah, like people are bitchy behind my back for no reason whatsoever. It's because they lack what you have, okay? And rather than coming up to you and being like, oh my god, how are you so damn confident, like I wish I had a bit of what you've got, instead they just want to like hate on you, okay? You're definitely the pile here who has like those haters, but I don't sense, don't be put off by that, okay? Because I don't sense that like you've got all these haters. It's more the fact that you will have a hater or two in your life, but my gosh, you have got a ton of other people to counterbalance those haters out, because you are so well liked. You are I want to say your energy is like the sun. You're warming. I also want to say that when you walk into a room, all eyes are on you. And again, I do think you like that. I think you enjoy that. I really want to say Leo rising with this pile here, okay? I do sense very prominent hair, okay? Leo risings, they always have very prominent hair, but if you're not a Leo rising, you could be a Leo sun, moon, Mercury, Mars, okay? Look for Leo in those areas of your chart. But I want to say, even if you're not that Leo rising, that typical big hair Leo rising, I do want to say that you do still have this like big hair. I also get Sagittarius energy with you, but I don't think that's going to be everybody. Okay, but again, it's kind of like you're larger than life. I want to say that started raining. I want to say that your voice is very prominent, but I want to say that your aura is spreads very wide. Okay, so if you walk in a room, it doesn't matter whether you're on the other side of the room, people on the opposite side of the room can feel that aura, can feel that energy. And I do think that because of this, you you do get a lot of attention. A lot of attention by people that you want to get attention from, but also a lot of attention from people that you don't want to get attention from, i.e. haters, but also people who are like kind of like fanning on you. Okay, I want to say as well that you have, like, I want to say you're the pile where your DMs are like heaving. You get so many DMs, you get so much attention. I also want to say that you can come home from a night out and you can look in your purse and go, I didn't spend a penny, because everyone is drawn to you, everyone's magnetized towards you, and everyone wants to like treat you, buy things for you, things like that. Okay. Now, I do feel like you have this like magnetic light sun kind of energy because you do look at life very optimistically. And that's one of the best traits about you. You're always optimistic. And I do feel like you have a lot to be grateful for in this life. I do want to say you've got a strong community around you, whether this be family that you're extremely grateful for, or whether this be like friends that you consider family that you're extremely grateful for. I want to say that you're very abundant as well. And I mean the kind of like happiness kind of abundance, okay? You're abundant of happiness, abundant with experiences, but I also want to say that you're quite financially comfortable as well. I do want to say that you may be very good with money. You may be very good with money, or you may actually work with money. I think a lot of people look at you like you're the cat that's got the cream. I'm very strongly hearing that, the cat that's got the cream. And I do think this is why you do have that little group of haters, because they think, oh, why does pile number 3 get everything they want? And it's because pile number 3 works goddamn hard and manifests goddamn hard as well. Okay, you created everything that you've built. You've created the abundance around you. But your positive, optimistic mindset is so valuable here. I do actually think that you may be somebody who creates courses, online courses. If you're not, I would highly suggest looking into creating like an online course around manifestation, wellness, positive thinking, positive mindsets, things like that. It's very easy these days to create an online course. I'm trying to think, course share, Skillshare. Create a course, film a course, pop it on Skillshare. I've never done it. I don't know if it's that simple, but the access is there for people to make money from their knowledge these days. And I do think you could help so many people with your like vibrancy. And you're confident enough to do this kind of stuff. I also want to say that you wear very bright colours. I want to say you're very bold. Everything about you stands out. Everything. I even want to say that you're a star. You could be somebody who is very well known, or you could be somebody who's very well known locally. Could be somebody who goes to the club and everyone knows you. Okay, but I do sense like star energy with you. I think you may actually get mistaken for being famous or being somebody well known if you're not famous and well known. It's like your air. It's like showman, showgirl as well. Everything is a show. You walk in the room and it's like the show has started because you've arrived. I really feel that. Now, I do want to say, you do have a lot of options around you. And I think sometimes you are struggling to focus on the target at times. Okay, I do think that's just an extra message that's coming through. I do think sometimes Spirit wants you to just ground a little bit. Sometimes spend a little bit more time in your own energy to kind of recoup. But I do also sense that a lot of the time when it comes to like love interests, you do have so many options that you kind of just go with it. Oh, I'll go on that date, I'll go on that date the next day, and I'll go on that date. And I don't know which one I want, I don't know if I want anything. Okay, I really do sense that in your energy as well. I do think you can get like a little bit overwhelmed at times too. Okay. I also want to say that you're walking calmer. And I know that sounds a little bit weird and it's not a bad thing. I want to say, like, you've got a lot of, I feel like you've got a lot of ancestors around you. I want to say you're very spiritually protected by your ancestors. And I do think this is because you have a very important mission in this lifetime. It's like you're working through a lot of ancestral karma. Okay, so you've been sent down here in this lifetime to work through ancestral karma, put right all the crap that your ancestors put wrong. And I do feel like this is why, like, you have this, like, no matter what happens, nothing can keep you down. Okay, I really sense that with you. Nothing can keep you down. And I think you shock a lot of people because people expect you to break and you never break. And that's when people start getting jealous or suspicious. But I want to say, your ancestors have always got your back. And if anyone F's with you, your ancestors are going to F with them. So there's walking karma in that aspect. But I want to say you've got a very prominent position in this lifetime to be karmic for other people as well. So you may find that you're a karmic lesson for a parent or a sibling. And in your early years, maybe you had a difficult kind of relationship with this person. And even if these people are older than you, like a sibling or a parent or anything like that, they're older than you, you end up being more wise than them at a younger age than them, and you end up teaching them something. Because you are walking karma. You're putting things right. Okay, so I really do get that you are into your exercise. I want to say you are busy. You're somebody who likes to be really busy, but I want to say that you do like to exercise. I do think maybe exercise is something that you need to do. If you're a Leo rising, if you do have that prominent Leo that I mentioned, you are going to be a fire sign, and fire signs do need to work out. It is so important that a fire sign works out, because if they don't work out, they can blow up in other areas. So if a fire sign doesn't work out, they may end up losing their temper randomly and things like that. So it is really healthy for a fire sign to work out. But I definitely sense that you are somebody who does like to work out. You may like sports. I even want to say you like to socialize when you go and work out, okay, whether that be at a gym where everyone's really social, or whether you go to a class that's really social. Again, you do really enjoy being around people. You like being in public places, okay, and I do think it is because you are supposed to be karmically very inspirational to a lot of the people around you. But along with this, I do see you having a very strong physique. I do actually want to say that you squat a lot, like your bum and your thighs is like your main area for a workout, okay? You like to build that. You may naturally have a bigger bum and thighs, you may surgically have a bigger bum and thighs, or you may work out and you have manipulated the muscle to have a bigger bum and thighs, okay? Because there's something around that behind that is very prominent, okay? Whether it's very prominent for you, something you really want to keep, you know, nice and trim, or whether you get comments on it a lot, okay? I even want to say in your childhood, okay, maybe a lot of people always talked about your behind, and maybe it made you a little bit insecure about it, so you thought, okay, everyone likes the behind, so I've got to work on it, okay? And I do actually sense this about your energy as well, where you do, what people say to you externally, it does go in, it does absorb in. And I do feel that spirit wants to say, like, don't take every comment with a pinch of salt. A lot of people have a lot of different opinions. You can't please everybody, okay? Spirit really wanted to say you're not going to be able to please everybody here, okay? You do you, girl or boy. But again, I do sense this like really sturdy structure with you. Like you do have a very sturdy body, okay? I would definitely say that you're not somebody that people want to F with, okay? I do think you're somebody who's known for a sharp tongue, but also you're somebody known to be strong, you know, physically strong. Like don't F with pile number 3 at 3 AM outside of the club, because pile 3 is gonna be able to like shut you down, whether it be verbally or physically. I don't condone physical violence at all, to be honest, but it's like you don't even have to use it. You don't even have to like make yourself like big or anything like that. It's like people looking and they're just like, oh, I don't F with that. And again, I do think it is a very powerful aura that you have that expands out really wide. Even if someone gives you the side eye, it's like they just know not to F with you. Okay, I also sense you having a lot of people around you too, like a bit like an entourage, all right? I really like this energy. So you may have a lot of powerful people around you. I do actually sense that you do have friends in powerful places as well. You know people in powerful places and things like that. Okay, I want to sense that networking is a big thing for you. You do like to network. Okay, you may know a lot of people. A lot of people. Okay, let's get... Oh, we've got air energy here as well. Air energy. Okay, mutable air energy. Again, I want to say that you change your appearance often. I really want to say here with the hair, you like to change your hair up often. Okay, I don't know whether it's styles, colours, wigs, what it is, but you like to change that up often. You like to keep things moving when it comes to your appearance. I do want to say you are somebody who likes to stick to trends as well. Okay, you go with the trends. Okay, again, you are somebody who does like to fit in, and again, I said Spirit was just saying to you, like, you're not going to be able to please everyone, just make sure you're doing you, okay, because doing you is absolutely perfect. Okay, let's have a look and see what physical specific attributes we can attribute to you. Is that the word? What is it about you physically that is super duper physically attractive? Sexy. Oh, we got quite a lot for you. Okay, so we've got sexy. Okay. Again, I do think it's your body. I really do think it's your body that I'm not... I mean, we probably got things about the face, and I'm probably going to touch up on the face here, okay? But no, we are going to talk about the face. We are going to talk about the face, because I can see it now. Strong bone structure with you. Strong bone structure. But little dainty features. Very powerful looking face. I definitely think that you can give a death stare. I definitely want to say that. But I think it's so bizarre because you can give this death stare, yet when you're smiling, your whole face changes. It's like two different faces. But I do think it's because you have got those dainty features that give that cuteness, and like I want to say wide smile as well. Okay, quite a wide smile. Medium to wide smile we're going to go with here. Okay, you might have very nice white teeth as well. I want to say people may comment on that your teeth are so white. Okay, if you do resonate with that and you do have white teeth and you are doing something to whiten your teeth, comment that down below. I need to hear from you. I need some teeth whitening in my life. Neck. Okay, my neck is doing something, which makes me think that there's something about your neck. I don't know whether you've got like a long neck, or whether you like to wear a lot of jewellery around your neck. Something about your neck, an elegant neck. I even want to say you may be, and this won't be for everybody, but your culture may be very much surrounded about the beauty around the neck. Okay, so it is something that you're conscious of as well, like you always want to have that elegant neck. Yeah, okay, we've got sexy here. And I do think it's those dainty features, sexy. As I said, it's like a mixture between soft features and chiseled bone structure. It's quite powerful. Okay. Cheekbones. Cheekbones. I did say chiseled bone structure. Okay, you've got a chiseled bone structure here, and most probably quite prominent around the cheekbones with you. I'm really sensing like Naomi Campbell here, okay? And Naomi Campbell does have that very prominent bone structure, yet she does have that dainty little nose and that like high Cupid's bow. Very Naomi Campbell-esque kind of physical appearance here. Tyra Banks. Again, Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell here. Okay, we are looking at like supermodel kind of energy, and you could be tall watching this, but even if you're not tall, it's like you're a mini supermodel. And I do think this adds to your confidence because you are highly, highly, highly physically attractive. And I mean highly physically attractive. And the other groups are very physically attractive, but I think you guys, you know when they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and that is so true. Everybody has a different type. The reason I say highly, 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 highly attractive with you guys It's because I feel like there are so many elements to your physical appearance that you're able to please everybody, okay? You're able to please everybody. Okay. Walk and strut. What did I say about that butt? Walk and strut, something about the way that you walk. And I do really sense it's that behind. Bum, bada, bum, bada, bum. We go bum, bum, bum. You're all I wanna see. Baby, show me. Baby, turn around and let me see that sexy body go bum, bum, bum. You might really like that song. I even want to say that a lot of people may worship your behind and you get a little bit peed off because you're like, what about the face? I definitely feel like you are all about that face as well. And I think you're like, why does everyone want to look at my bum? What about my face? And it does make you a little bit like confused, I want to say, or a little bit like, is that all I am? Is the bum all I am? And I do think this, you've had a lifetime of it. You've had a lifetime of people talking about your behind. And I think it's only got even more intense within the past 5 years because everything is about the behind now, and now you're just like, whoa, I was insecure about this for years and years and years and years, and then the past 5 years everything's about the behind, and now everyone is all over me like desperate puppies. Okay, piercings and body. Okay, so body, again, it's that body, and as I said, you got that face as well, you really do. But at the moment it's like everyone is so drawn to your body. They do say psychologically women are drawn to males' faces and males are drawn to the woman's body. Okay, and if you are a woman who's into a woman, you're going to be drawn to the woman's face. If you're a male who's into a male, you're going to be drawn to the male's body. Okay, so women go for face, males go for body, which makes me think that you are straight watching this. Or if you're not straight, it's really annoying because you have so much male attention and you're just like, I'm not straight. And piercings, I really sense with you guys that your piercings aren't really on the outside. I sense you guys having a cheeky little piercing here or there. I definitely sense like the belly button piercing here, but I do think you've got like a little nip piercing. You may even have a piercing. Okay, I do sense your piercings being more in hidden places. I do want to say that you could be somebody who did have piercings, like a pierced nose. You could have had a pierced eyebrow. Like you may have stuck with trends back in the day and had certain parts that are more visible pierced on you, but you may have taken them out now. Okay, so you may be somebody who has been into piercings, but fashion has kind of made you be a little bit more secretive about those piercings, I want to say. Okay, so I want to say at the moment you probably really are vibing on the secret piercings, but again, it only drives people even more wild because if like you're dating somebody or you're chatting to someone that have you got any piercings and you're like, well actually my is pierced, they're just like, oh my god, give it to me. It drives people a little bit wild. Okay, now these next things I'm going to pull for, it's more like people's kind of 𝒆𝒐 desires for you. Okay, but so far, like the second bowl that I've been pulling from has been a little bit like hit and miss. There's been messages in there, but I'm not too sure what's going to come out. Okay, so I'm just going to call it like the wild pick. Anything could come out here. I really want to fiddle around with this and make sure that I'm going right to the bottom to pick the right. It's quite a lot here. I'm going to take them all. Okay. Okay. Right. We've got twin flame and first date. Now, twin flame are coming out. Again, as I said, some of my bowls have got all mixed up, so the messages are a little bit like all over the place, but I didn't want to sort out my bowls because I do feel like if something random comes out, it is a message that you need to hear. Okay, so twin flame makes me think that you're either dealing with a twin flame or your twin flame is on their way. Okay, or you may have already been on a first date with somebody recently and you may have questioned whether they are your twin flame, and I want to say if that resonates with you, you are correct. This person is your twin flame here, or one of your twin flames, because you can have more than one twin flame in this lifetime. Okay, I don't know how rare it is to have more than one twin flame, but you can. Also, I do want to say that if that doesn't resonate with you, your twin flame may be on their way, but I do also want to say that you may be going on a first date with somebody, and you may have instances where people do talk to you about these spiritual concepts and they say, I think you're my twin flame. That may be relevant to you because you may be like, oh my God, I'm so sick of people saying that they're my twin flame when they're not my twin flame. It does make me think that you do have a very mirroring effect. It can, yeah, here we go, yeah, because you do care about what people think externally. You may actually have some Libra in your chart as well, some prominent Libra, maybe a Libra Venus for you guys. I'm feeling a Libra Venus. I don't know why I'm doing that, but I did say you're abundant, your money, okay? Oh, Venus is money. Venus represents money, so Libra Venus for you guys. I do want to say you do have this tendency to mirror people. So people do think that you are their perfect partner because you're basically mirroring them. You are very aware of how you appear to others, and you do like to appear as somebody who is, you know, well-spoken, looks good, funny and fun to be around. Okay, and I do think a lot of people think that you are their twin flame as well. So you may get a lot of people being like, oh my God, we're so meant to be. Oh my God, you're my soulmate. Oh my God, you're my twin flame on the first date. And you're watching this like, yes, people always do it. People always say it. And this is, again, your indication to say like, they're just BS artists basically. And they're just really into you. But just reversing again, if you have been on a first date with somebody recently and you thought, I think this could be my twin flame, this message is that person was your twin flame. If you thought it, not if they said it, if you thought it. Now with tell me how dirty I am here, I do think it is pertaining to how much people physically find you extremely attractive. And I do think it is that behind of yours. And I do want to say, and this is a little bit graphic, that a lot of people are going to want to just like put their head down there, and it may make you feel very uncomfortable when you do get in those intimate situations where you're just like, oh, again, why is everyone so obsessed with that area? But you make people want to do the dirtiest things. It's like when they're around you, they're so highly attracted and so high off their own hormones that they do things a little bit like out of control and stuff that you personally think is a little bit much. I think a lot of people have taken you by surprise when they've done these like more dirty acts on you, and you're just like, I can just see you there like in the bedroom. I don't know what you're doing. I don't want to go into it too much. This is personal to you, but you're kind of there just, I don't know how you're lying. I don't want it to look dirty, so I'm just trying to be really casual. And like you're in the bedroom doing stuff, and then you're like, I can see you doing that face a lot when people go somewhere that's a little bit like off limits, and you're just like, okay, they don't see that. They don't see that face, but I see, all I see is you pulling that face, okay? And can't keep your hands off each other. And again, I do think because you're very open, you're very sociable, you are very magnetic, I do think people do have the tendency to cross your personal boundaries a lot. You could be in the club, and I keep saying the club with this group, which makes me think that you do like to go to the club, to the cocktail bar, the pub maybe, if you enjoy pubs over clubs and stuff like that. But when you're out and about socialising, I do think a lot of people cross your physical boundaries a lot. And it's like, why do people think they have the right to slap my butt? Okay, things like that. I don't know why it's the butt with you guys, it's the butt, okay? And if you're watching this thinking like, oh, but my butt isn't big, or my butt isn't enhanced, or anything like that, like, trust me, I'm telling you, you have the behind of dreams and everyone loves it. But again, I think people like will touch you, and I think that really annoys you a bit, because you're like, why, my friends don't get touched up, my friends' barriers don't get crossed, yet why do people feel like they can cross my barriers? And I do think it is your politeness and your open nature. It's like energetically, these people think that you've opened the gates. So it's not because people don't respect you, okay? I think that's what I'm trying to get at here. It's not because people don't respect you, it's because people think that you are open and they feel like they can, but at the same time they want to, because as I said, you are highly, highly, highly attractive. Part number 3. Okay, so let's finish off with, what are people's fantasies about you? Okay, Now, we've got the Six of Coins here, which tells me you have to balance your energy out in a lot of areas. I do want to say you may be somebody who has a tendency to have two people on the go, okay, two love interests on the go at once, not because you're dodgy or anything like that, it's just more the fact that you get a lot of attention. So in the dating phase, it may be like, okay, I'm dating blah, blah, blah on Tuesday, then I'm going to date blah, blah, blah on Wednesday, and you're like, I don't know which one to pick. And again, it is that kind of energy that I picked up on the beginning, like there's just too much choice, I don't know which direction to go in, I'm just not going to go in any direction. Okay, that's very Libran as well, all right? So we do have that Libra energy here too. Again, as came up again, it's like overwhelmed by the choice, don't make the choice. Okay, but I do think you have, I even want to say, there's some people or one person in your life that you feel like you have to have in your life and that you have to please them. Now, I don't know whether this is a parent, a friend, but I really want to strongly say some kind of love interest. But I even struggle to say love interest because you don't love this person, but this person always hangs around you and you feel obligated to be kind to them and polite and, you know, very forthcoming with them, like, yeah, you know, maybe we can go out like next month, and then they'll text you and you'll say, oh, like I'm working, maybe in the new year. Do you know what I mean? I definitely sense there's somebody around you that you feel like you have to be that way with, and I don't know why. And there's no really strong message here around that. I think it's just more the fact, again, Spirit is saying you do you, you do you. Don't be afraid to upset somebody, okay? Don't feel obligated to meet this person, okay? Maybe some of you recently have felt obligated to meet this person and you're thinking, oh my God, like it's been, I've put them off for months and months and months, I have to meet them. And I do think Spirit is saying, like, you don't need to do that. It's fine. Like, you do you. You don't worry about it, okay? You've got enough going on already. You don't need to worry about that. But I do also want to say with the Six of Coins, you have multiple suitors. I want to say people always try to offer you the world as well. I've got this car, I've got this job, I can take you away. Well, I've got this car and you can drive it on a weekend. I don't know why I keep saying the cars. I've got this car, you can drive it on the weekend. I've got this business, that business, that business, and this business. I've got more money. And then the next person will be like, yeah, I've come in, like I've got more money, like my ego's massive, blah, 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 blah. And you're just like, I don't know which way to go. And you've got all these suitors, okay? You've got all these suitors. And again, Queen of Wands here, you are, everyone is highly attracted to you. You've got that fire. I got the power. Or is it the fire now? That song came up in poll number 1, I think. And I sung, I got the power. And now I'm thinking it's, I got the fire. It's not that one, is it? But I'm a fire starter just came in my head. Which does make me think that potentially at times you may start a few fires because you are so highly magnetic and desired after. I'm just going to check that my camera is not doing a little thing here. Okay, we're back in focus again. And again, it's that behind. Everyone who fantasizes about you fantasizes about playing with that behind. I don't know, I'm juggling it. I don't know what I'm doing with it, okay, but everyone fantasizes about it. I think a lot of people also fantasize about the challenge as well, because I think people are very aware that you are very sought after. So you are literally a prize and people really fantasize about winning you. I want to say that as well, being the one who beats all the other guys in particular, okay, if we're talking about women who are into guys, even girls who are into girls, guys into guys. I really want to say that I think a lot of people with egos are attracted to you, okay, big egos, not necessarily a bad thing, okay. I do think they're just people who are very, I want to say, quite powerful in their own right, okay. And I want to say that these people do live in a world of ego trips. So because you're so sought after, it kind of gets these people more like hard for you, because their manlyhood or their ego is involved. It's like, let's all get our D's out and battle for this pile number 3. And whoever wins has got the biggest D. It's like that energy that I'm picking up on here. I do think a lot of people fantasize about you taking control and smothering them with that behind as well. Kind of like, get your head down there and take this. What's that song? Gotta get rid of those hoes for me. What is it? Gotta get rid of those hoes for me. Gotta eat that ass like groceries. I just heard that, and I do sense that that is you. Like, these people, these suitors that are into you, do kind of have that egotistical nature, like more kind of free-going, kind of like, maybe people who don't stay in relationships for long and stuff. And you come in and you're like, look, like, I'm not okay with you dating anyone else. Like, if you want all of this right here, you need to get rid of those hoes for me. Like, I'm more than that. I'm more valuable. Okay. Pile number 3. I'm going to end the reading there. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did and you resonate, please drop me a like. And if you do like content like this, please subscribe. And hit that notification bell so that you're notified whenever I do one of these pick a card readings here. I do really want to do like a Q&A one of the weeks because I love answering questions. But I don't want to do one if people aren't really interested about the reader behind the tarot. So I'm just throwing it out there. If you have any questions for a Q&A, or you'd even just be interested in like a little Q&A video, give me a shout. Throw a question down below, and if I get no questions, I will just take it as a message that no one wants me to, no one wants to get to know me, which is fine. It's fine. But yeah, pile number 3, I want to say, like, you guys are SEXy. You guys are fly. I don't really use the word fly, but you fly and SEXy. And when I said fly and I looked at the timer on the camera, it was 11:11. Now, fly and 11:11. 11:11, it could mean another blow up coming for you. It could also mean a holiday coming up, because I said fly. With 11:11, there might be a trip coming up for you that's going to be quite prominent, and maybe you'll be thinking again, like, oh, I don't know whether to go on this trip abroad or stay here and do this work obligation that I've got to do. And I do feel like that could be a message for somebody out there where Spirit is saying, go on this trip. Okay, there's going to be something prominent there for you, maybe even meeting somebody there, maybe that twin flame, you're going to meet that twin flame there. That might resonate for you. Or maybe you've been on a trip, actually. Thinking about it, I do know somebody who's been on a trip and they met somebody on a trip. So this actually could be past tense for some people. You've been on a trip, you've met somebody, and you don't know whether they're your twin flame. Interesting. Okay, pile number 3. Thank you so much for watching. I shall see you in your next reading. Goodbye. Okay guys, so I was just cleaning up and on the floor I found this, and I do think it is pertaining to you guys. Pile number 3, it said we started in the cab. Now I'm thinking about the times where I pulled. Okay, I did say twin flame, first date, we started in the cab. If you are wondering whether you've met your twin flame, maybe the way that you can determine whether this is your twin flame is you started in the cab. Maybe you had a conversation in a cab, maybe you kissed for the first time in a cab. I also want to say, when I ended the reading and I said about 11:11 and flying, okay, it could be, again, like you meet this person because you get in the same cab or something like that. So I had to put this on the end of pile number 3. I do think some people who watch pile number 3 might miss this message because I put it right at the end, but I do think the people who have stayed and caught this message, it's for you. Okay, so we started in the cab. All right then, bye for the second time. Hello there, pile number 4, welcome to your reading. You chose the sacral chakra, and I do feel like the chakra that you chose will have a relevance to this reading. So when we talk about the sacral chakra, we do talk about that creative center, and this can be the creation of actual physical life. Okay, so it is representative of the SE actual organs here as well. I do want to say that you potentially do have a very high SEX drive. I actually want to say maybe in your younger years, you may have kind of tamed a high SEX drive through changing that energy and kind of transforming it into creative endeavors. Okay, so instead of going and creating with other people, you decided to utilize that creative energy for yourself and create like art. Okay, I really do feel like this is the creative pile, and I really want to say that maybe you create through things like painting, poetry, writing music, writing books, It could even be music and things like that, okay? Creating music, creating beats as well, okay? But I definitely feel a lot of creative energy here, okay? And I do really sense that your creative energy goes into one specific subject, one specific, not subject, sorry, I mean, it can be a subject, but one specific area, and you've really mastered that. I want to say you are a master of something very, a skill that's quite hard to perfect and achieve. Okay, so I do want to say that for this pile. I do think you are very fond of animals as well. You may like cats and dogs. You may have many cats or many pets or many dogs, multiple cats, okay? Not a house full of cats, but multiple. I even want to say you may have had a bird at one point, or you have a bird now, or maybe you're thinking about having a little birdie, okay? And again, I do think it's that creative energy that you have. It's like the songbird, okay? You like the thought of having like a songbird in your house. I do actually sense you having quite a ornate kind of style, okay? Potentially your home is full of very ornate styles, and when I say ornate, I do think about the old school bird cages. I do also think about like Chesterfields, okay? And this doesn't have to be specific, but I'm kind of going by styles here. You may like a lot of Greek architecture, so like pillars, things like that. Sculptures, okay? I'm sensing sculptures with you guys as well, so maybe you could be into sculptures, stuff like that, okay? And if you do not adorn your home with ornate styles, it may be one of your goals and dreams for the future to maybe live in an old property which has a lot of these inbuilt ornate architectural fixings and styles. Now, I definitely want to say that you are in a phase of your life where you are kind of keeping yourself to yourself, okay? You may not be out there when it comes to dating at the moment or connecting your energy with other people. I do want to say that you have kind of self-imposed yourself recently because of maybe a difficult relationship or maybe a phase of difficult situations and scenarios. I do want to say that you will attract a lot of people towards you who do have that kind of heavy 𝒆𝒂𝒄𝒄 desire, okay? Sometimes this 𝒆𝒂𝒄𝒄 desire can manifest in being very controlling with you, okay? It's like people want to kind of consume you and control you. I do also want to say this, on the other hand, if people do want to have like a good night, they may pick up on your high 𝒆𝒂𝒄𝒄 drive and want to have that good night with you, yet you want to settle down now. I do feel like you're in a phase of your life where it's like, I either settle or I be alone. I don't need frivolous dates. I don't need frivolous nights of passion to make me feel worthy. I do feel like you have built up a lot of self-confidence within yourself, and I want to say within the past couple of years, but it could be anything from like 5 years. You've really done some self-introspection and you're very strong in the knowing of who you are, and I definitely do sense you wanting to settle down with somebody. Okay, let's see if we can get anything for the dice here. Okay, so I would definitely say that you have some heavy Aries energy. It could be an Aries sun, moon, rising. I also want to say there could be a lot of cardinal energy as well, okay? This is where your creativity comes in, because cardinal energy is creative energy. They are the initiators of every season, okay? So they kickstart every season. I do really want to say as well that you're somebody who literally makes something out of nothing, okay? You can take some paints and an easel. It's an easel, isn't it? Like a canvas, and you can create something worth hundreds of pounds from materials that are only worth 20. Okay, this is kind of like your gift, and I do want to say your finances are kind of up and down because of it, and it's fine. You've learned to be okay with that, and I think for a while you weren't okay with that, but you've learned to be okay with that because you've realized that that gives you your freedom to indulge in things that you want to indulge in. If you aren't doing anything creative as a career, I do definitely feel like you could make some good moolah from using your creative talents, energies, and putting them or pouring them into a particular goal, a particular, what's the word? I can't even think of the word. It's such a simple word. endeavor. Endeavor. Okay, if you pour it into a creative endeavor, that's still not the word I wanted to use. I don't know why I can't think of the word. But also you could have Cancer, Capricorn or Libra energy in your chart. Okay, you could be somebody who has heavy cardinal energy in your chart. I do want to say that you do light a lot of people's fire. And I do sense you being that kind of person where people don't know what it is, but there is just something about you. You're different. I even want to say that you're a little bit like alien. I want to say you're very different to the norm. And I do think a lot of people kind of can criticize you about that. But then there's a lot of people who love you for that, okay? Because you're never going to meet two of you. And I do think that this is something that people can get very possessive with you over, because you possess something that they don't have, that ability to create from nothing. I do want to say, like, you have a very, a very powerful pussy portal. I hope you caught that on camera, pussy portal. Okay, you got a very powerful pussy portal. And if you weren't aware, the 𝑃𝑈SSY is a very powerful creative portal. Us as females, we have no idea that we can create whatever we want out of our vajays. Okay, it literally is whatever we want, we create through that vajay. And I don't want to offend anyone here, but that's why males, okay, or other females who utilize that vajay, it's why it needs to be worshipped. Because, for instance, the male brings the ingredients and then the female incubates and creates. There's that really popular or well-known speak that somebody did, like a speech or a speak, and they said, bring a woman food, she'll create a meal. Bring a woman a house, she'll create a home. Okay, I don't know who said it, but like the soundbite is used everywhere, but it is so true. You can create anything you want, and that is what you do. You get the canvas, you get the paint, and you create something real from it, something tangible. And if you don't do this already, it's definitely something that you should look into. I actually want to say to you guys, and I really feel this for you guys, big canvas, big body size canvas, paint up that body or that behind, print it on the canvas, sell it for hundreds of pounds. 11:11 on the clock when I said that. Might be the way that you are able to put the deposit down on your first house. Random, I know. But yeah, that was a very strong message. But yeah, at the moment you're being very reserved with your energy. Now I definitely sense with you guys, you do have like quite prominent features, I want to say. Very symmetrical face, but prominent features. I want to say like a strong forehead with you guys. I mean, I relate to the strong forehead. I'm an Aries, so my forehead is quite prominent, okay? Rihanna is an Aries rising. She's got that prominent forehead. I want to say that you might have a very prominent forehead, but I do want to say you've got very prominent eyes as well, okay? I actually want to say that they're quite big, but they're like wide. I feel like everything on you is quite wide set, like wide set mouth, wide set nose, wide set eyes, okay? Very strong looking appearance, but I do think your body is the same, okay? Thick thighs. I sense thick, strong thighs with you guys. If you are a female, you may have like thicker thighs, okay? And they don't have to be big. It literally could be strong legs that build a lot of muscle, okay? So you have got that kind of like strength in your body, and as I said, like a symmetrical face. Very, I want to say you're very naturally attractive, and I do want to say you're the kind of person that on Sundays you literally just put sweats on and you put your hair up. I really do sense somebody watching this in a hotter climate as well, and you do have like a very laid back style in the day where you just throw on like, I actually see this with you guys, where you've got like a vest top on, no bra, vest top on, okay, very casual, very laid back, very humble, but it's really, really sexy, okay? I think a lot of you don't realise how 𝒆𝒐𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂 shorts. I really want to say, like, people dig it. People think it's like, it's really attractive, like you pull that look off. It doesn't mean that you can't dress up and things like that, but I do think you're in a phase of your life where you're just a little bit more carefree and casual. Okay, I do sense like a very Australian look with you as well. Doesn't mean you're from Australia, but it's that kind of like tanned look that you have. I even want to say like a bit of a dirty tan, and I love a dirty tan. Okay, but yeah, a bit of a like a dirty tan with you guys. Okay, or like a darker olive complexion. Okay, we could be looking at olive complexion, we could be looking at a darker complexion here. Okay, but I definitely sense somebody with either tanned skin all the way through until like we do get to like the darker complexions here. Okay, so we're looking at someone with a darker complexion. Okay, I do want to say as well, socially, you may be keeping yourself a little bit closed off. I do want to say you are in a phase where you are looking for like a new soul tribe. Okay, I do think you've had a big clear out recently of people in your life. Sacral chakra again does represent kind of like death and rebirth, and I do think you are going through a death and rebirth phase, and it may be this that's kind of kept you a little bit like out of touch. And I do think you're going to find your new soul tribe online. Okay, I really want to say that as well. Heavy emphasis on there actually being Aries in your chart, or you meeting an Aries online who ends up being like somebody who you're going to spend the rest of your life with, whether that be a friend or a lover. Okay, right, let's have a look at a few more specifics around your appearance. What is it that people find physically attractive about you? Is my hair gone a bit? I'm having a really bad hair day today, guys. Sort this out. It's actually borderline greasy. My hair gets so greasy so quickly. I washed it yesterday and this is how greasy it is today. Like, it means my hair grows because I've always got an oily scalp. It means that my skin stays, you know, fairly soft because I always have oily skin. But, oh God, people just think I don't wash my hair. Soulmate. Okay, some of the messages between my bowls have got a little bit mixed up, and I've really felt strongly that I don't want to sort them out, not through laziness, but through the fact that if a certain random message comes out, I really do feel like it is a specific message for you, okay, even if it's not relevant to the reading. And I did mention that you're going to meet an Aries, potentially, an Aries, okay, even if you're an Aries, I want to say we're looking at Aries energy for this person, okay, as well. I do feel like you're going to meet like an Aries online who's going to be a long player in your life, a long-term player in your life, not player in the bad sense, I mean somebody who's going to stay in your life long-term here, and they're going to be a soulmate, which is good news because it means you're out of that twin flame phase, unless we've got twin flame in here as well, who knows. Oh, I just looked down, we've got false twin flame. So you may have actually left a false twin flame recently, or it's your false twin flame that has put you in this like hermit mode where you're just like, I'm not really interested in anything, I don't really know what I'm looking for. I do think this false twin flame has pushed you into that death, and now you're in the phase of rebirth here, okay? But your soulmate is coming and they're online. Look out for that Aries energy in a soulmate. Okay, really interesting. High vibrational for you guys, and mystical. And again, I do think, you know, high vibrational is because you do like utilize the energies of the earth to create what you create, okay? If it is some kind of like you do have like a creative outlet. I do want to say, I think it was part number 4, and I had this message like you vibrate very quickly, okay? Your energy is like this, okay? Your vibration is like that, so people feel you, you're impactful, okay? And I got this message, and I did say, and this was before I started reading all the piles, I said, Spirit, which pile was this? And they said pile 4, okay? We've got high vibrational out here. So yeah, I want to say that you do vibrate very quickly like this, okay? And it's very felt. So you may be somebody who does get a lot of attention, and I don't think you're somebody who really like desires a lot of attention, but you do get that attention because people can feel your energy, okay? 666 is representative of the sun, okay? And it's abundance. And I do think this is you, like you create from nothing, okay? The sun is why we get crops that grow on earth, and that's you. Again, you bring the light and you create, okay? You're so abundant, even if at the moment you are in a phase of your life where you are just kickstarting things again. I do think Spirit says, like, look around, look around you, you're so abundant. And I do sense you kind of slipping in and out of this belief. I think at times you do look around and you go, oh my God, I'm so abundant. Oh my God, I'm so lucky. Look, all these things that I do have. And I think you do slip into kind of like, oh my God, I feel really lonely. Oh my God, I feel really lost. And this is Spirit saying, like, you are high vibrational. You are a creative mogul, and you can create anything you put your mind to. You've got a really powerful pussy portal. And at the times when you doubt yourself, like, I'm just here to remind you to meditate on the number 666, utilize the power of the sun, okay? So kind of worship. Who's the sun god? Who is the sun god? Sol. Sol is the alchemical name for the sun. But if you do ever feel really low, like, work with the sun, work with the sun's energy. I did say I believe that you live in a hotter climate. If you don't live in a hotter climate, you're probably someone who prefers a hotter climate, or you have family who live in a hotter climate, and you like to go and visit them and things like that because you like that heat. The heat gives you energy. If you do have that Aries fire kind of cardinal energy, naturally you are going to be really drawn to the heat, okay? The heat makes you feel like you can create. It's like a comfort blanket for you. And we've got mystical, and I do think this is your energy at the moment. I am going to pull more because I want some physical attributes here. I didn't get any physical attributes, but we've got mystical here, and I do think that's your energy at the moment because you are a little bit out of touch. And I do think you've got a lot of people who are interested in knowing how you are and what you're up to, and you're just not in touch with them. But I do want to say as well, people really look up to you because you do have this really creative ability, again, to create abundance from nothing, okay? And people do really admire you for that. I think people think that you're, I think a lot of people, actually, I don't even think, a lot of people say that you're the strongest person that they know. Because Aries, again, does represent that strength, that fire energy is strength, passion. People really admire your strength. Okay. I want to say you might really like working out, but with you guys I sense something ambitious. With you guys I sense very outdoor exercise kind of things. You might like to dance, okay, that can be indoors or outdoors, but you also might like to hike and things like that, okay, even running outdoors. I even want to say things like rollerblading outdoors as well. That one was a bit random. So got ambitious, which is very much like to do with like your strength, your stamina, okay? You're very ambitious, and again, people do look at you and think, wow, how do you do that? How do you live this lifestyle? How do you create something from nothing and sell it for like 20 times the price or even more at times, okay? I know that one's it's very specific for people, but like if this is not like a creative kind of like artistically creative endeavor, it literally could be like you're an investor and you invest like £200 and then you get back like £10,000, you know, things like that, okay? Something where everyone looks at you and thinks you don't do much work for the money that you get. I want to say that, and that's not the truth. We all know that's not the truth. You put your all, you put your everything, you put all of your creative energy into what you do. But I want to say a lot of people look at you and they think you get paid more than you should, or you don't do much work and you get paid a lot of money, okay? Piercings have came out for everybody. So yeah, you may have piercings. And for this one, I'm not really getting any specifics on the actual piercings. I do think there could be some face piercings, but there could also be some more like cheeky piercings, okay? We did get piercings out for the last pile, I think, and I definitely sense it was like the cheeky areas. They had secret piercings, but for you guys, I do think I do sense like a nose piercing, or sorry, I just spat on the table. A nose piercing, or you may have used to have had a nose piercing, okay? And I really want to grab some more for this one because I don't feel like I've got enough physical attributes. Analytical. Why are you guys not getting the physical attributes here? Analytical. Very analytical. And again, I do think, when I think of your face, I do think of a stern face, okay? I did say you got that wider set face. And I do think you are somebody who has the ability to like calculate things. We do have a little bit of Libra energy here as well, but I think Libra might be one placement in your chart, like one specific placement in your chart. But you are able, I feel like you're actually able to kind of like see through people. Okay, you have that energy of seeing through people, a boss energy as well. I'm really sensing like boss energy. And I do think you do work for yourself, or you do have plans to work for yourself because of this, because it's like I'm not having anyone who thinks they know better than me work above me. Okay, so we've got analytical here as well. 5 add 3, 53. It's actually 35 here, but I've said that backwards for some reason. I don't know why I've said it backwards. 5, 6, 7, 8, number 8. Power. Power, again, it's that sacral chakra energy with the number 8. Power. Very powerful. You've got a very powerful aura. And again, the 8th house in astrology rules other people's finances. The finances that you gain from other people. And I do think you do gain a decent amount of abundance from other people. As I said, I think you get paid well when you do get paid. And also, it's that ability to see through people. That number 8 energy is the ability to weigh up options and make business moves, because you can see through people. You can read people's body language. You may be a body language expert. You can hear like what someone really means to the tone of their voice. And I want to say for some of you, it could even be actual clairaudience. You can hear what they're really thinking, and sometimes it's different to what they're saying. Sometimes you just know things about people without even knowing the person. And I do actually sense that your abilities, your like psychic abilities, may have vamped up recently. And that's another reason why you're a bit closed off, because I want to say that you are actually in a single situation right now. And if you're not in a single situation, you may have been in a single situation recently, and you've been through a long phase of being like, I don't even know how I'm going to be able to trust anyone ever again. I don't really know what kind of person I want to be with. Nobody's ever going to be good enough. I can see through everybody, so how am I ever going to be able to like meet someone who's not like entirely perfect? Okay, I'm sensing things like that too. Okay, so I have another bowl here that I want to pull from, and so far it's been like a little bit of a wild kind of bowl, a bit of a wild card kind of bowl. I don't really know what I'm going to get out. I do feel like it is going to be more like SE actual kind of things that people feel about you externally. SE actually, you know, what is it about your physical appearance that kind of drives people and attracts people to you? But honestly, it's just been honestly, it has been a bowl where it's like anything could come out of this bowl. Okay, but we're just going to go with it, because even though it's random, it is tending to make a lot of sense with the reading here. Number 8 again. Okay, it's that number 8 with full body OG, full body orgasm. Okay, and I do feel like, I don't know whether you're into like things like tantric, or whether naturally you have been complimented on your like SE actual prowess, like you're really good in the bedroom. I do want to say you've got like amazing stamina in the bedroom. Like, it's very hard to tire you out in the bedroom. I want to say you're very skilled. I even want to say that you do like a lot of yoga and things like that, so you're very stretchy as well, so you can put on like a little bit of a show. And if you don't put on a show and you are able to, you know, stretch in all these positions, I want to say like use it and put on a show with somebody who deserves it. But again, I mean, you will keep going until the person has the best experience of their life. Okay, and I do think there are people who have been intimate with you who haven't had the same experience with anyone else. And I do actually think those people may actually sneak your socials. And some of those people may be the people who are wondering how you are, or wondering what you're doing, or wondering where you're living now and things like that, or whether you're in a relationship. Let me lick you up and down. Okay, it's only you. What are we getting at here, Spirit? I'm sorry it ended so soon. Oh, this might actually be a message from the false twin flame here. Netflix and chill. Okay, let me lick you up and down. You may be very good at oral, or oral is your fave, or you may be missing that intimacy. Currently, you're missing that intimacy. I do want to say that you may be being very intimate with yourself right now. And I do think as I mentioned, you do have a soulmate on the way in who is going to be very intuitive with the way that they are intimate. And it's going to, one, give you these full body OGs. And they're going to give you that intimacy that you really desire right now. I do feel like that is the message for those. And then we've got, it's only you, 777. Now 777 is a highly spiritual number. It's energetic before something manifests into the physical. And a lot of that is going on for you right now. So much is manifesting for you energetically because you're creating at the moment. Everything you're thinking about is being created with that powerful pussy portal. But you're just not seeing it yet. You're not seeing the things manifesting around you yet. But I do actually think this could be that false twin flame here. I do think they still have feelings for you. With I'm sorry it ended so soon. I think maybe you had like a surprise breakup with your false twin flame that you didn't expect it. You thought this is the person you're going to be with for the rest of your life. And this person still thinks about you. But I also think it's a message to say that this person's still in your energetic field. And they're still trying to manifest you towards them. So if you are thinking about that past person or our past person, I do feel like Spirit is trying to say, like, if they're thinking about you, that's why you're thinking about them. If they weren't thinking about you, you'd be very busy moving on right now. And Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill. I do think at the moment your appearance is very chill. You are dressing very chill, very casually. For comfort and freedom. You really deep down, you really want that freedom. I really do think Spirit wants me to say, kind of just slowly dip your toe out there again. Test the waters around you. Okay, and I do say that because we have got the 8 of Swords down here, okay, which is a lady who's trapped, blindfolded and trapped with all the swords around her. I do think Spirit is saying, like, just go out there and do it in your own kind of comfortable pace. I think maybe you are desiring somebody to chill with at night and watch Netflix. And it may not be Netflix, you may not watch Netflix, but someone to sit down and chill with, watch something good, even if it's like a documentary about UFOs. I actually really want, I'm not throwing this out there for somebody to come over, but there's this documentary called The First Encounter. I think that's the name of it, The First Encounter. And I am dying to watch it and have somebody chill and watch it with me. And it's that desire to have someone watch it with me where I question myself, why can I not watch it on my own? I'll have so much fun watching that on my own. But it's, I crave that intimacy. I don't think I probably resonate with this part a fair bit, to be fair. But this may be something that you're feeling at the moment. You want that intimacy again, you want that comfort with somebody again. Okay. You guys have had a little bit more of a relationship reading here, but it may have resonated with you, okay? I apologise if it hasn't. I actually want to stay with your energy. You feel like you're not being very desired at the moment as well. But really you have a soulmate coming in, you have a past partner who's really desiring you, and so many people who are wondering what you're doing, but they're just not reaching out to contact you, okay? Because they either don't know how to contact you, either you've knocked off some of your socials. I want to say that you've switched up the name on your socials and people don't know it's you. But so many people are thinking about you energetically right now, but they just don't know how to contact you. Whilst you're there thinking, things are a bit quiet this end. Okay, so let's have a look and see what are people's fantasies about you, because you are so damn hot. Okay. Right. I think a lot of people, they see you as something quite mystical. We did get mystical out, didn't we? From the bowls. It's like you are a shooting star. I see a vision of ecstasy. That's it. Like, that's what I was getting. Like star energy, like a diamond in the sky. You're so unique. And I did say very alien-esque energy here. I even want to say you may look very alien-esque. You may look like you come from a different planet. You may look a little bit different from the norm, but it's unique. I also think it's your abilities, like telepathic kind of abilities that you have, or the knowing to just know. And people think it's different. I think you may scare a lot of people off with this, but I think other people are actually mesmerized by you and fascinated by you. And I do think a lot of people pedestalize you. So there's a lot of people that do want to get into your pants, yet they pedestalize you so high that they think it's unattainable. And that's your energy. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a lot of people tell you that you're very special. And you're like, why does everyone say that? But it's because you shine brighter than most people. Because you've just got it. Like, you've got it. You've got something. And when you're around people that you actually let into your life, you're extremely healing for those people. I want to say, people around you, it's like the energy where people fall in love with their therapists. So people fall in love with you and desire you and want to wed you and tie you down and have sex with you because your energy is so healing and they need more of that. Now, I do want to say, I've got some tarot cards down here that are really rude, and I've just looked at the Ace of Wands that we've got for you down here, and the wand is like a massive D. I can't show you because this will get censored. It's a massive D. There's a load of women hugging it. There's one woman kind of straddling around it, kind of nuzzling her head into it, and there's another woman bent over with her dress up, just rubbing her bum up it like she's in the club. Like, she's not, it's not moving. It's not a moving card, but you can tell that she's like, woo, like, and it just made me laugh. I actually want to say, if you do dance for therapy and for exercise, you may imagine yourself in the club. That may be therapy for you. I actually think that you are a very good dancer, and if you don't know that you're a very good dancer, like, or if you don't practice dance, I definitely say, like, practice a little bit of, like, sensual dance, because I reckon you could put on a good show. A good show. Now, I think there's a lot of people around you that would risk it all just to have one night of passion with you. Like, and you may know this already, you may have married men jump into your inbox quite regularly, or married women, okay? Not gender specific here at all, but you may have married people or people in long-term relationships try and bed you, and you're like, wow, like, you'd literally risk it all for one night with me. But that's what you do to people. It's like they're so enamored. Is that a word? I heard enamored. Enamored. I'll have to Google that after this. But they're so enamored by you. I don't even know if that's a word, I'm so sorry. That their hormones take over and they're willing to risk it all to have you. But I do also think a lot of people, and this sounds so horrible now, I'm so sorry guys, and I don't mean this in a nasty way at all, but I do think a lot of people look at you and they think, I would risk all of this that I've built with this person here because I know that pole number 4 is better than what I've built. You are the epitome of the grass is greener, okay? I really want to say that. And, you know, to be on the side as well, you know, to be even and balanced when it comes to siding with these energies that I'm dealing with here. You know, is the grass always greener? We don't know. Okay, we do know the grass is very green on your end. It is. And I'm telling you, like, at the moment, if you are going through like a quiet phase, like a bit of a winter phase, you are going to go into spring phase soon, and you're going to grow so much grass. Like, you're going to be so abundant. Okay, great things are coming for you. And again, you are that sacral energy, which is that womb space. Okay, it's the darkness before the fetus grows and comes out of the birth canal and is life. Okay, you're in the womb at the moment. You're going through, wow, I even want to say it's been 9 months. You're coming up to 9 months in this kind of hermit mode, okay? And I mean the severe part of the hermit mode, okay? Because you may have been kind of delving into hermit mode, you know, for the past couple of years, but you may have felt completely hermit for around 9 months. And if you have been in a deep hermit mode, I really want you to have a look at the dates and see whether it's been 9 months, okay? Because you may see it's like been 8 months and you're like, wow, I'm going to be birthed next month, okay? 9 months is very specific here. 8, the number 8 again, it might be because you're 8 months in your gestation period and you're going to be birthed next month, which is December or early January, okay? Things are going to turn around then. But again, people will risk it all because you are the grass that is greener on the other side. And you may be somebody, I want to say as well, because you are in this hermit mode and like no one's good enough, because potentially the only offers you seem to be getting right now are from people who are married or taken. And again, it's just like, I'm no side piece, but it's not because they don't respect you, because they think that you're only worth using. It's generally because they think that you are wifey or husband material and they're willing to risk it all to be with you. Okay, because you've got this healing energy about you as well. Okay, and a lot of people in these situations, in these marriages, I want to say that they're very damaged. They've been very damaged by the marriage and they're looking for healing. But a lot of people don't realise that they're being drawn to you, not because they need to have sex with you, because you have something within you that can heal them. Okay, and they're misinterpreting that and they're thinking, oh my god, I need to bed pile 4, I need to be in pile 4's inbox, I need to see pile 4, I need to hold pile 4. But it's really because you can bring them that healing as well that they need, that good advice. I want to say that you may be very good with relationship advice as well, okay? You may be somebody who helps your friends in relationships. I do want to say as well, all your friends may be in very stable relationships, or the majority of them, okay, not all of them, but the majority of them may be like married with kids, blah, 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 and you're feeling a little bit like, ooh, floating around, just like, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. But you tend to like give your friends who are in long-term relationships like better advice than they can give themselves, and you're just like, why am I not in a long-term relationship and I'm giving all this like cracking advice? Because you are a healer when it comes to relationships. Wow. I want to say, if you are a male here, you do have a big D. If you are a female here, you've got that big D energy. Okay, you are literally like the 𝒔𝒕. What am I getting? Oh, the shit. That's sad. No, we're giving. You might listen to a lot of rap music at the moment, I want to say. Okay, might be a lot of rap because you're feeling fierce. That's very Aries-esque as well, like rap. Bah, bah, bah. Well, I say Aries Mercury as well, because Aries Mercury, they're normally very good at rap and things like that, because they can word things really well. They can actually rap quite fast, but they can also like portray things with passion. So everything that you're doing at the moment is with passion. What else do I get here? I definitely say, if you do get asked out on a date, or if you are getting your nails done, or you need to buy a particular dress to wear to an event, I really want to say wear red. I do feel like Spirit is really urging you to wear red at the moment. I do think it's going to ignite like a bit more like confidence in yourself after being through a phase of maybe not being as confident. But I do think it's also going to be a signal to this other Aries, this Aries energy that's around, who wants to come into your life, that you are like passion, that you are like available, that you are there, you are alert, you are ready, okay? It's like that kind of energy that Spirit wants you to embody when you have like red nails or red lips or a red dress. I definitely think red is your colour at the moment. Add more red into your life. Okay, definitely sensing that for you guys. And I think that is, if you do paint, I would say that maybe if you look at your most recent paintings, I was going to look at your most recent paints. If you look at your most recent paintings, you may see that you are using more reds, okay, or have the urge to use more reds, because Spirit is trying to like, I really want you to actually Google what the colour red represents, okay? But it is passion, it's creative energy, it's fire, boldness, assertiveness. It's SEX energy. I also want to say, if you do want to manifest your soulmate towards you, light a red candle. If you don't do candle magic or anything like that, light red candles. Lay in the middle of like a circle of red candles and touch yourself. Manifest this person towards you. You don't even see it, but you have so much like SE actual like prowess right now. And I think spirit is like, use it, get your soulmate. And you're trying to hold it back at the moment. As I said, you've got this Ace of Wands, you are big D energy. I do also think this Ace of Wands does talk about a big D coming into your life, not in a bad way. Not like a big D, okay. But like this person who comes into your life next may actually have a big D. And I don't know, it's your preference whether you like that or not. I don't know how I'd feel about it. I'd be like, oh, we got a big D, okay, let's see how it works. But yeah. New passion is coming into your life, guys. And I'm so sorry, because this is supposed to be your physical appearance, what people find physically attractive about you, but I definitely picked up on somebody brand new coming into your life. Brand new soulmate. All right. Remember that you are fire. You literally are the epitome of fire. So when you walk out in that vest top with your messy hair bun, okay, you have still got it. It's you. You are it. You're the shit. Okay, don't forget that. Tell yourself that every day in the mirror if you're getting mistaken for any reason. Part number 4, I'm going to leave your reading there. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you resonated. If you did, please drop me a like and please comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And I just love comments from you all. Like, it literally brightens up my life. It does. I'm in hermit mode at the moment. I am the biggest hermit ever right now. I do still go places because people do say to me, do you even do anything? Yes, I do. But it's always kind of work related, which I don't mind. Work related or errand related. Although I'm going to take myself to the shops tomorrow and buy a bunch of candles because my lash lady, I noticed when I went to her house the other day, I was like, oh, she's got candles everywhere, this is so lovely. Oh my God, it's so relaxing. So I'm going to take myself shopping tomorrow, like candle shopping. Not that anyone cares. So maybe next time I do read, there's going to be candles everywhere. We'll see. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing like a little Q&A so you can get to know the person, the reader behind the tarot. So if you are interested in me doing that, let me know down below in the comments. And if you do have any questions you'd like me to answer, and by the way, it's like a Q&A, okay? Don't ask me for questions about your life, because maybe I can do that as a different video, a separate video. Maybe I can answer people's questions on there. Yeah, but this one, the one that I'm talking about right now, that's something for me to think about, but the one that I'm talking about right now, Q&A. Get to know the reader behind the tarot. If you're interested, drop me a question. If you're not interested, don't say anything. And I'll just take it as no one really wants to get to know the reader behind the tarot, and that's fine. It's fine, because I want to bring you the content that you want to see. But it was just an idea. I thought, hey, why not? So, yeah. If you like content like this, please subscribe. I love making content like this for you, but make sure you hit that notification bell to see when I post a pick a card reading, okay? I mainly post pick a card readings these days. I think I enjoy them the most. And now I'm just telling you my life story. Because as soon as I turn this camera off, I'm hermit again. I don't want to leave. But I have to. So yeah, part number 4. Good luck with this. Because you do seem to have a soulmate coming in. And all those married people, tell them to pig off. Or heal them. Tell them to give you some money. Exchange, give me some money and I'll heal you. Now that sounds really bad. I mean it as in like, as a service. Like, hey, do you need some therapy? Because I can give you some therapy here, but you know, there's gonna have to be some kind of exchange because there has to be an exchange. What do these people want you to do? What do they want? They want you to sleep with them for what? Nothing. Not even a commitment. Pfft, these people. All right then. I am gonna go now. And I want to say a massive thank you for watching, and I shall see you in your next reading. Goodbye.